sweet to your body. Plenty products, they and deals. Free a crack, see Bimbila. Breebie, Wahoma, Obia. From appliances to clothes, beauty products, pay as you wish. Quality products guaranteed. If it matters to you, then it matters to us. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. Oh, the pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you.
They said living on Cloud 9 is the ultimate feeling of happiness. Why not find out for yourself? Val Real Estate, Africa's Gate to Real Estate, is proud to introduce Pune Airport West. Here comes our boldest statement yet. Invest in Pune Airport West and live a standard above. A striking 22-story lifestyle residential tower rising in Airport West with thoughtfully designed studio, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments. Launch prices are now live for a limited time. Join us on the 13th of February 2026 as Val officially unveils this new development. Pune Airport West. Live a standard above. To RSVP, reserve your unit and secure your place today. Call 0800-888-888. Val Real Estate. Africa's Gate to Real Estate.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM across all social media platforms for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM.
And it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, Didi Shito, Goyle, Mini-Me Achumo, and Admi Granite Paste. And it's supported by Nanes Rice.
Heritage Caravan 2026. Experience Ghana like never before.
Citi 97.3. Accra. Citi 97.3. More variety.
This is the story of Anthony Owusu-Ansah and his delivery business, Shark Express. What started as one man's dream is now a thriving same-day delivery business that serves hundreds of families. Through financing, mentorship, business networks, and market access, Absa is helping businesses like Shark Express grow, create jobs, build futures, and deliver joy across Ghana. Behind Anthony's success isn't only hard work, it's having the right partner like Absa. From funding to guidance, Absa stands with entrepreneurs who dare to dream.
We see your story and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Citi 97.3. Accra.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. Your number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM, 97.3.
Reverend Michael Osebunsu, 6:32 on the 13th, Friday the 13th of February. This is 97.3 Citi FM, bringing you the City Breakfast Show here in Accra. What the Lord has done is an amazing thing, and we are so in tune with Reverend Osebunsu, giving thanks to him for half a month. February has 28 days and we're almost at the midpoint. A lot to be grateful for, so much to reflect on and take account and stock of. It's a fantastic Friday morning with many things to do on the program, including the newspaper review segment, the City Business News, the City Business Edition. Of course, there's sports and a lot of things to talk about. A life unexamined is not worth living. Now, find a way to take stock. Now, there are different professions. One of the professions that have lived for long is the profession of accounting, and there's something they do called stock taking. They want to know what they brought in, what's left, what's gone, to reconcile what's in the warehouse with what's been reported on paper. It's a very deliberate and intentional process. It requires you to be honest and diligent. Now, if you think you can take stock of goods in a warehouse, maybe bags of rice or corn, don't you think you should be taking stock of your own life? How have you spent the first month and half of 2028? Learn to be a good stock taker. For every stock taker requires a number of things: diligence, honesty. Speak the truth. How well are those plans going? How well are those goals aligning? Well, Absa Bank is asking you a question. All those resolutions and plans and goals that you put on paper, it's time to take stock and say yes to them. With Absa, you get more than just a bank. You get tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that helps you save, plan ahead, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever saying yes looks like for you, make it happen with Absa. Make 2026 the year of yes. Your story matters, Absa. So usually you hear Caleb on Fridays. This morning I'm back in the seat. My name is Bernard Avle, and I have Francisca Kakra forcing with a whole bunch of newspapers. The segment is brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Switch to us today and enjoy amazing benefits, including lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, and personalized financial support. It's time to switch and smile with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, contact us on 0800 003 355. You could also visit us on fidelitybank.com.gh or connect with us on our social media platforms at FidelityBankGH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. It's an interactive radio show, and we can read your comment. 053 998 6996. The number again, 053 998 6996. I also have Samuel. Sorry, the way you mention your name is serious. Samuel. Samuel.
Then he say no one samanya.
No one samanya.
What does that mean?
That's all.
It
is what it
okay,
is. That's how it is.
Okay, Samuel Akom. It's good to have you. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Happy it's Friday because it's been a long week. How are you?
I like Fridays. It means tomorrow there's no work.
Yeah, you get to rest.
Yes, and then we come back to begin the hustle on Monday.
Yeah.
What are the newspapers saying this morning?
Let me take off with the Daily Guide newspaper. On the front page, cocoa prices get haircut. 2,587,000 per bag. That's Ghana cedis. Minority calls for cocoa board bailout. Other stories on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. SC rejects ANASA's judgment reversal. High Court grants injunction in Wasafiase case. Also, suspend VAT Act Guta to government, and IGP promotes 12,802 officers.
Let me take you to the Inquisitor, and they also have the cocoa story. Government plot reforms for cocoa sector farmers to be paid immediately. And they have SIC Insurance pays 107.6 million Ghana cedis in claims in 2025. And GRA is saying new VAT regime will not raise spare part prices.
To the Informer now, and also addressing the cocoa challenges, government announces cogent reforms, comes with a picture of Finance Minister Dr. Cassiel Atoforsen. Other stories on the Informer: why is AG desperate to control OSP, asks a concerned Ghanaian. Also, fallout from Ayawaso East Primary, Inus Afuseni urges NDC to do things differently. SIC's liquidity rock solid, pays 107.6 million Ghana cedis in claims, and IEA survey reveals most pressing needs: unemployment, galamsey, cost of living. These feature prominently while Mahama's approval rate remains high.
Let me now take you to the news center. They have lots of headline interesting stories. Cocoa farmers lose 1,038 per bag. That is according to the news center. And on the same front page, minority condemns big cocoa price cut. And 7-0 Supreme Court verdict affirms Anas's title to Chado land.
And on the Chronicle, it's also a cocoa morning. Minority rejects new cocoa price, but the big story, still with cocoa. Mahama reduces cocoa price to address market variations. And litigation over Chado lands, Anas wins big at Supreme Court. So that's my final paper.
Let me take you to the front page of the Ghanaian Point. IGP Yohunu ends 10-year promotion backlog, elevate over 12,000 officers. And they also have a political story here. Ayawasu East by election. NDC's Baba Jamal draws number 1 as MPP's Baba Ali picks number 3. And 68% of Ghanaians approve of President Mahama's performance. That is according to IEA survey.
It looks like it's a battle of the Babas.
Yeah.
Moving to the Daily Graphic, Cabinet directs Cocoa Board to pay farmers. That story is all over the place. Ministry bears teeth at lawlessness in schools. That also has the Clementa Park's photo here. Brutal Galamsey attack, forest guard battles for livelihood. And then we expect more visa waivers this year. This is Foreign Minister Okujeto Ablakwa. Now, I'm taking you online for another raft of stories. If you go to citynewsroom.com, this is General Mosquito. He says, be patient. Mahama can't appoint everyone. He's shown speaking at one of these thank you events. Also, Randy Abe rejects minority call for his removal. Parliament launches 5-year corporate strategic plan. Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Minister Amwakwene has directed MMDAs to submit gazetted fees and levies for scrutiny. Of course, President Mahama has departed for an AU summit in Addis Ababa. And minority slums producer price cut. They say cocoa farmers deserve better. Channel 1 News this morning is leading with the same angle. Minorities, one of their spokespersons, the back stops with Randy Abe of Forikrom MP on the cocoa crisis. Meanwhile, the Vice President says the Women's Development Bank is to be rolled out soon. In other headlines, government directs 50% local processing of cocoa for the 26-27 season. My job online this morning is rather leading with gold. So it says Ghana's gold output hits record 6 million ounces in 2025, according to an industry group. Then there's a lot on this, their work on a tax on galamsey. For example, the Ashanti minister says investigations are underway. Wrongdoers will be punished. Another one here from Akwesi Akwai says MDCE's risk becoming weakest link in galamsey fight. And then Elikem Kotoko of the Forestry Commission says the president is determined to fight the canker. The High Street Journal is asking whether the 90% FOB price offered to farmers automatically makes them better off. The answer is no, not now. And across the African continent, a number of quick stories. We're told Trump is the elephant in the room as the African Union holds new summit. Meanwhile, there's an opinion in Al Jazeera that Africa must boycott the 2026 World Cup. And then South Africa's Ramaphosa says troops will be deployed to tackle crime gangs. So, guys, let's get into the cocoa business.
Let's get into the details. And as you rightly said, let's start from the cocoa sector because it dominated most of the headlines in the newspapers. And this one is News Center, page 2. Cocoa farmers lose 1,038 Ghana cedis per bag, translating into 16,608 loss per ton. The story by Elvis Darko. Government sharp reduction of cocoa farm gate prices for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop season has sent shock waves through Ghana's cocoa sector, sparking anger among farmers and raising concerns about the sustainability of the forward sales system. Finance Minister Dr. Cassio Atuforsen announced that the price of a bag of cocoa has been cut from 3,625 to 2,587, representing a loss of 1,038 Ghana cedis or 28.6% per bag. Similarly, a ton of cocoa has been reduced from 58,000 Ghana cedis to 41,392 Ghana cedis, marking a significant 16,608 decline, also around 28.6%.
Okay, so two quick stories from me on cocoa, one from Daily Guide and the other from the Informer. And Daily Guide is reporting also of the minorities' response. And the story by Ernest Kofi Edu says the minority in Parliament has called on government to immediately restore the recently reduced cocoa producer price and provide an emergency bailout to the Ghana Cocoa Board, warning that failure to do so could trigger nationwide protests by farmers. The call follows a new cocoa producer price set by the government for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop season at 41,392 Ghana cedis per ton from 51,660 Ghana cedis per ton and 2,587,000 per 64 kilogram bag from 3,625 Ghana cedis per 64 kilogram bag, explaining that the revised rate is intended to align domestic pricing with prevailing global market conditions. Addressing a press conference in Parliament, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, ranking member on Finance Committee and immediate past Finance Minister, accused the government of mismanaging the cocoa sector and shortchanging farmers under the guise of restructuring. Related. This is coming from the Informer newspaper. Politicization of Cocoa Board led to its crisis, and that's according to Professor Prempe. Now, an associate professor of finance at Andrews University, Williams Prempe, or is it Pepra or Prempe? Okay. Has blamed the deepening crisis at the Ghana Cocoa Board on years of politicization and mission shift. His comments follow a recent press briefing by the Finance Minister, Dr. Ato Forson, who officially announced a sweeping crackdown on Cocoa Board, ordering a simultaneous forensic audit and criminal investigation into the institution's operations over the past 8 years. Dr. Forson revealed that Cabinet had sanctioned the Attorney General to spearhead the probe to uncover the root cause of the board's crippling 32.9 billion Ghana cedi debt stock.
A lot of cocoa stories this morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, still on the cocoa, a different angle here appears to be some good news for cocoa farmers. And Inquisitor page 4, they are reporting that government plots reforms. Cocoa farmers owed payment will receive immediate relief, with the Cocoa Board directed to pay all affected farmers without delay. A new Cocoa Board bill will also be presented to Parliament to introduce automatic producer price adjustment based on world market prices, exchange rates, and other variables, while guaranteeing a minimum price.
What else is catching your attention, guys, this morning?
Okay, so I want to go to the IEA survey revealing the most pressing needs. I don't know if it's a revelation, but
it came in yesterday, I think 2 days ago, but there are different angles. So the angle you are bringing is another angle from the same survey.
Okay, so the Informer did a news desk report on it, and the story reads, a recent nationwide survey by the Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, has revealed a complex national mood in Ghana, where economic and environmental anxieties continue to weigh on citizens, even as President John Mahama's public approval remains high 1 year into his administration. The IEA poll conducted in December 2025 across all 16 regions shows that 68% of Ghanaians approve of the president's performance, indicating broad support for his leadership, etc., etc.
Yes, a different angle on that same IEA survey. The Inquisitor page 2, 71% of Ghanaians worried about rising food prices, despite 68% approval for President Mahama. And 7 out of 10 Ghanaians are deeply concerned about rising food prices and escalating cost of living, according to that survey by IEA.
Let me take you to a gold story from Reuters, source from Reuters, now on my journal line. Ghana's gold output hits record 6 million ounces in 2025, according to an industry group. Ghana produced a record 6 million ounces of gold last year, according to provisional data, with large-scale mines contributing 2.9 million ounces, unchanged from last year. An association of multinational and local mining companies told Reuters. So I'm guessing they're talking about the Chamber of Mines. However, the industry cautioned that next year's projected 6.5 million ounce output is at risk, citing concerns over Ghana's planned overhaul of mineral royalties. You know, the sliding scale thing, the mines are not happy, the large sector mines. They say this could delay new projects and expansion that underpin 2026 production. Now, Ken Ashigbe, who's the Chamber of Mines CEO, said last year's production exceeded its target, driven by artisanal and small-scale mining, which rose to about 3.1 million. So artisanal small-scale mining is higher than large-scale mining. All right. Record high bullion helped divert more artisanal gold supply into formal channels. But the problem is that the large mining companies are not happy with government's proposal for the so-called sliding scale royalty, which has led to a lot of discussion. And they are not happy with that. Some of the minds were spoken to and they didn't like it.
Yeah, they didn't like it.
The Informer newspaper has a story that I find interesting. Parliament must do the people's business. This is written by Kojo Ponkroma MP of Fasi Ayirebi. And I personally agree that Parliament must be representative. I'll just bring you about 2 paragraphs. And the story, the story or the article reads, on Tuesday, February 3, 2026, Parliament resumes sitting. This is the second session of the 9th Parliament. As is required, the House has advertised a long list of items on its business calendar for the first meeting. Reading through the agenda got me thinking about how much impact we will be making as legislators in the lives of citizens by the time we are done with executing the business before us. I've been asking myself, how much impact will the outlined agenda of the House make in the lives of our people? The average Ghanaian, the unemployed, all yet still hopeful young men and women of our country, our traders and industries squashed aboard trotros and long-distance Benz 207 flying on potholed highways, our business people, entrepreneurs, huddling with accountants to make the January payroll and meet their odious tax obligations. Our cocoa farmers with their cargo of precious beans waiting expectantly for promises.
So just explain what he's saying. Is he saying that the agenda doesn't look serious or the MPs are not coming to work?
So he's saying that the MPs should reflect on the needs of the people. The agenda looks promising and they should execute that.
All right.
And for me, I think that is an important call. And it is interesting that it's coming from an MP because lately I have not been feeling that they are very representative of the people.
Talking about Parliament, Parliament approves 9.2 billion Ghana cedis for National Health Insurance Fund.
That came in yesterday. I think some of the newspapers are now waking up
to
the graphic
those
front page. Now, there's a story I want to bring in before you continue. Daily Graphic, page 13. Ministry of Education is bearing its teeth against lawlessness in schools. Story by Emmanuel Damali. The Ministry of Education has sent a stern warning to miscreants in second cycle schools, stressing that lawlessness and misconduct will be dealt with ruthlessly. Now, Deputy Minister for Education Clement Park therefore urged parents to take interest in the behavior of their children and ensure that they do not become an embodiment of lawlessness in their schools while recruiting innocent people to join them. Now, Dr. Park gave the view in an interview with the Graphic on the sidelines of the 39th summit of the AU in Addis Ababa, where he attended a side event on education. You know that the president is leaving for Addis Ababa later today for the Africa Union Summit, which I'm told is overshadowed by Trump as the elephant in the room. There's a very interesting BBC headline article. It says, "A seat at the table or on the menu, Africa grapples with the new world order." It's an article by Damien Zane, basically saying that the way the world is turning, African leaders need to really reassert themselves, looking at the new world order. And in another article in Al Jazeera,
but what is new? We've always been on the table. At the menu,
now there's a world leader who's directly, a lot of the things done in the past were done subtly, but now it's a world leader who's directly looking at your face and telling you things. So this may be a good chance to respond.
Yes, let me come in with an angle from the AU story. Ghana seeks AU backing to table UN resolution on slavery as crime against humanity. And this story is on page 3 of the Inquisitor. Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, Minister of Foreign Affairs, has called on African Union member states to support and co-sponsor a resolution to be tabled at the United Nations General Assembly. The resolution is seeking formal and universal recognition of the transatlantic slave trade and slavery as the gravest crime against humanity. The move comes as March 25 is globally observed as the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and Transatlantic Slave Trade.
Alrighty, now there's a very troubling one we saw yesterday. I'll read the GNA version. Haruna Idrisu involved in a car accident at Tumu. So GNA reported this yesterday. Haruna Idrisu, Education Minister, of course, he was with the MP for Sisala East, Sukweru. They were involved in an accident or in a road crash on their way to a secondary school for a speech day event. We're told the two were in stable condition and receiving treatment at the Tumu Government Hospital, while the driver suffered a hand fracture. There was a statement released by Hashim Mohammed, Press Secretary to the Minister for Education, which says the Office of Haruna Idrisu wishes to inform the public that the Minister and the Deputy Minister for Communication are in stable condition following a road traffic accident involving their convoy on the Bolga-Tumu Road. The minister and their respective teams were en route to official engagements to commemorate the 40th anniversary celebration of the Tumu College of Education and Jahan College of Education in Upper West region when the incident occurred. All members of the convoy are currently in stable condition and receiving the necessary medical attention, and the office expresses appreciation to emergency responders, health professionals, and members of the public for their swift assistance and concern, and says further updates will be communicated.
It's really a sad development, and some of the newspapers are reporting that after the incident, they were airlifted back to Accra for the medical attention.
So papers are
reporting on that. That is the Ghanaian point. But let me bring you this story. Occupy Ghana submits bill to criminalize bribery in party primaries. The story is on the News Center, page 3, by Salom Bogwizi. Yes, I hope I had that right. Pressure.
Just say he got it wrong.
You are not far from the kingdom.
Pressure Group Occupy Ghana has submitted a draft bill to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice to systemically overhaul how Ghana polices the selection of political leaders at the party level. The bill targets 4 specific acts: the Criminal Offences Act, Act 29, the Representation of the People's Act, PNDC Law 284, the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act, Act 959, and the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act, to eliminate what it describes as definitional inconsistency that allows corruption in party primaries to go unpunished.
Okay, here's an interesting story from the Daily Guide on rent or landlord issues. We had that conversation, I think, last week or so. It says, stop blaming landlords. Ghana's rental crisis is a financing failure. And this is sourced from Abdul Rahim Newton, and I'll read just one paragraph that I think captures the entire story. And it says, Ghana has laws aimed at limiting excessive rent advances, yet the practice continues. Why? Because you cannot legislate away a structural money problem. Most residential developers in Ghana do not have access to affordable long-term loans. Mortgages and development loans are scarce, and when they are available, they often come with very high interest rates. And another interesting one, just quickly, I won't go into that, but it says, the prodigal artist, why Ghanaian musicians need to lawyer up. The concluding sentence says, do not let a bad contract be the offbeat in your symphony.
No.
Let me bring you
lawyers every time touting through all kinds of
no, but you see,
you should not let what
I didn't read the story, I just read the last sentence.
We hear. We'll use lawyers.
I will take you to Ayawasu East very shortly, but let me bring you this story. Hoteliers decry rising utility tariffs. The story is on the News Center, page 4. The Ghana Progressive Hotels Association has expressed serious concerns over the high cost of utility services, saying the situation is negatively affecting the operations and sustainability of hotels across the country. The association has therefore appealed to the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission to prevail on the Electricity Company of Ghana and Ghana Water to improve service delivery and ensure fairness in billing.
Let me do 2 quick Galamsey stories. There's a series running called A Tax on Galamsey, and there was a discussion about it yesterday on Joy FM. The anger against illegal mining is not enough. Kenashigbe speaking, the convener of the Media Coalition against illegal mining, Engineer Kenashigbe, has called for stronger and more urgent action against illegal mining, warning that Ghana is not treating the crisis with the seriousness it deserves. Speaking on Joy News National Dialogue on Illegal Mining, themed A Tax on Galamsey for MMDC's weakest link in fight against Galamsey, Mr. Shigbe said the country's response to the destruction of its environment has been too weak. Now, the dialogue followed a Joy News Hotline documentary which showed that some district assemblies in mining areas were collecting fees from operators of banned mining equipment, effectively creating what has been described as a Galamsey tax system. Now, there's a story in the Daily Graphic also on a violent attack against an official fighting Galamsey. A forest guard, this is Timothy Nyangbe graphic, a forest guard who was deployed for anti-Galamsey operations in Ofin Shelter Belt Forest Reserve in the Ashanti region, is now battling for his life after falling prey to a brutal attack by illegal miners in the forest. Suleiman Hussein Ziama, 26, who was slashed on the knee with a machete, requiring 2 surgeries and other critical medical care at multiple health centers, still remains in critical condition nearly a year since the attack in the Nkawie district. Up to this day, he still endures unbearable pain in his leg, his life completely altered by the fateful encounter with Galamseyers. A native of Nadoli Kaleo in Upper West had gone down with 23 other members of the Forestry Commission's Rapid Response Team Little did he know he will fall prey to the predatory illegal miners. And the story gives all those details.
So did the story mention whether those people have been punished? I mean, the perpetrators?
The angle of the story was on his attempt
recovery.
to recuperate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me still stay with the mining sector, because the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Ama Kofi-Boah, says Ghana is Africa's most attractive mining jurisdiction. Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boah, has declared...
This story has been repeated from yesterday.
As well.
Mining in Daba, where he's asking people to come and
invest
the mining
in the
companies
sector.
need to have a discussion with the ministry around this whole claim around their sliding scale royalties
regime.
Yeah. So while he's saying Ghana is attractive, those who are here are saying
it should fix it.
You see the thing I'm saying. So
Anyway, let me bring this story on the
Okay.
IGP.
Yes.
He's promoted 12,802 police officers.
12,802.
Yes. The story by Prince Fifi York reads, a total of 12,802 police officers have been promoted by the Inspector General of Police, IGP, between January and the first week of February 2026. The breakdown of the promotions indicates that approximately 11,900 officers from lower ranks were elevated by one rank, while around 600 officers received promotions based on special recommendations. This elevation, according to a statement from the IGP Secretariat, spans from lance corporals to chief inspectors, addressing long-standing backlog of promotions, some dating back 10 years. And just quickly, they also responded to some media claims, responding to rumors of alleged nepotism within the police service.
12,000 I mean,
the Secretariat.
How many members of the man's family can you appoint? 12,000 everybody will benefit.
Well, so they give an explanation as to how they came to some of these.
Let's end with Ayawasu East by election. And NDC's Baba Jamal draws number 1 on the ballot as MPP's Baba Ali picks 3. That is a battle of the Babes. The national...
Sanda there.
Yes.
So that's election.
Umar Sanda.
The independence, right?
The 2 Babes and the Sanda.
Yeah, and the Sanda.
Amazing stuff. So, yeah, so that's it from there. Thank you, gentlemen and lady, for your time on the review segment. Coming up next is the City Business News.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. Hey. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I lay aside, Fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So the City Business News this morning is presented by Sheba Benin. Good morning, Sheba.
Good morning, Bernard, and welcome to the Friday edition of the breakfast edition of City Business News. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex. I am Sheba Arba Benin. Thanks for your time, and let's get into our stories now. Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen has announced that government will introduce a new financing model for cocoa purchases anchored on the issuance of domestic cocoa bonds. The decision follows persistent challenges under the current buyer-funded system, which has been linked to delays in payments to cocoa farmers. Speaking to the media after an emergency cabinet meeting on Wednesday, Dr. Atoforsen said the new approach is aimed at closing funding gaps, ensuring timely payments to farmers and stabilizing cocoa purchases.
To purchase cocoa, the new financing model will utilize domestic cocoa bonds to purchase cocoa and repay the cocoa proceeds within each crop year. The bonds will be used to raise a revolving fund for cocoa board to turn around at least once during the season. The model will also revive the indigenous licensed buying companies that have been completely thrown out of business as a result of the current financing model. State-owned produce buying company, PBC, will be revived to resume full operations and become the leading licensed buying company in the cocoa sector with immediate effect.
Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen is Finance Minister. Now, government is urging large-scale mining companies to relinquish portions of their concessions to local communities as part of efforts to enhance gold revenue and promote responsible mining practices. The National Coordinator for the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, Irene Apia, says the policy forms part of a broader strategy to formalize small-scale mining and strengthen environmental accountability across the sector. Speaking at the 2026 Mining in Durban conference in Cape Town, she noted that the initiative will create opportunities for smaller community-based operators while ensuring that major mining firms uphold their environmental and social obligations.
In areas where we have large-scale mining companies, what we are asking the large-scale mining companies to do is to shed off portions of their concessions for us to be able to give to the local communities to do their own mining, but within the framework that government has provided. Then the other hand, where we don't necessarily have these large-scale mining companies, we are able to provide them with shared processing facilities, also investing in geological investigation and exploration that allows them, again, still be able to do the mining responsibly and sustainably. So basically, that is the essence of the program that the government has come up with. And it is guided by a robust legal framework. This is a program that has been approved by the Cabinet of Ghana. And all the regulatory institutions are on board, including the Minerals Commission, the Environmental Protection Authority, the Water Resource Commission, and others.
Irene Apia is the National Coordinator for Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. In other stories, bank boards have been urged to reassess their role in safeguarding Ghana's financial system or risk triggering wider economic consequences. Special Advisor on Corporate Governance at the Bank of Ghana, Sandra Thompson, says stronger board oversight is essential to prevent a repeat of the governance failures that led to the country's financial sector cleanup in 2017. Speaking at the Corporate Governance series organized by Corporate Secretariat and Training Services Limited, she stressed that the responsibilities of bank boards now go beyond internal performance targets.
Their decisions shape not only institutional performance, ladies and gentlemen, and resilience, but public confidence and market trust. Bank boards are no longer seen as stewards of individual banks, but guardians of financial stability. So in systematically important banks, in particular in central banks, the board's decisions or failures to act can have economy-wide consequences. Distinguished guests, the modern board therefore now operates at the intersection of strategy, risk, governance, and accountability. The board's role is not to manage the bank, but to exercise informed judgment under uncertainty. They are the ones who set the risk appetite. They're expected to challenge management assumptions, to oversee culture and incentives, and ensure that growth, innovation, and inclusion do not undermine stability.
You heard the special advisor on corporate governance at the Bank of Ghana, Sandra Thompson. On the interbank markets this morning, the dollar is trading at 10 cedis 97 pesos. The British pound could be sold to you at 14 cedis 87 pesos, and that of the euro is 12 cedis 94 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of City Business News. Thanks for listening. I am Sheba Araba Benin.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no. That's it.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Now, why shall I tin way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how cry? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye Coco cry.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The city
politician recognized as the first Ghanaian elected to a district parliament in Hamburg. She's called Irene Apia. We had a very interesting chat. She's a member of parliament in Hamburg Mitte. The conversation centered around Ghana-German relations, welfare of Ghanaians living in that country, as well as business opportunities available for Ghanaians in Germany. So I'll bring that interview to you shortly. But at Access Bank, rewarding our customers is the best, or is at the heart of what we do. That's why we've introduced Rewards by Access, a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Now, whether you're shopping, you're traveling, you're handling business expense, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. Visit loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll-free line 0800 004400 for more details. This Valentine's season, MTN Ghana Foundation, in partnership with Car Bank, is calling on all Ghanaians to show your love in the most meaningful way by saving a life. Now, join us for the 2026 MTN Save a Life Blood Donation Drive happening today, Friday the 13th of February, from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. This exercise will take place at MTN Ghana Head Office, Mobile Money Limited Office at the Stanchart Building, also happening at Car Bank Head Office at Reach, and at 44 other donation centers nationwide. This annual campaign invites MTN staff, customers, suppliers, partners, and the public to come together and help boost blood supply for the National Blood Service and regional hospitals across the country. Remember, your single donation can give someone a second chance at life. This Valentine, share a gift that truly comes from your heart. Give love, give life. Donate blood on Friday the 13th. That's today. Now, for a full list of donation centers across the country, visit mtn.com.gh and MTN Ghana social media platforms. Later in the morning, we'll bring you Kickoff, brought to you by Shell. Is the season of love. Show yourself and your loved one some sweet love this Valentine's Day. Just drive to Shell, fill up or shop to the tune of 200 cedis and get chocolates. There is even more love, as you could also get to enjoy dinner vouchers at Starbites at selected Shell service stations with loved ones. And there's still more. Be one of the first 100 customers each day at selected stations to enjoy free Gepetto ice cream. Gepetto ice cream. Charlie, I never heard this thing before. Gepetto ice cream. Or is it Gepetto ice cream? From the 13th, that's today, all through to Sunday the 15th. Visit a Shell station near you and enjoy a special Valentine's Day treat. And as we step into this brand new year, Lesheho Ghana says, thank you. Thank you to our cherished customers for trusting, supporting, and doing business with us throughout 2025. Loyalty means everything to us. In this new year, we're looking forward to working with you even more, supporting your goals, your dreams, your financial growth, and improving your lives with innovative finance solutions. From all of us at Lesheho Ghana, we wish you a prosperous, fulfilling, and successful new year. And of course, make real life transactions and real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking by dialing *894#. This is your bank in your hands. Experience banking like never before with First Mobile from First Bank. Call 059-692-1921. For more details, you can also send an email to firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, it's always you first. Coming up next is the City Business Edition. We speak to Ghanaian German politician and member of Council for Hamburg. She's Irene Apia. It was a nice chat about Ghana-German relations, welfare of Ghanaians living in Germany, as well as business opportunities for Ghanaians in that part of the world. Enjoy.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest.
Well, and from the Social Democratic Party as well, what systems do we need to develop our people, whether they are Germans or Ghanaians or Africans? So I'll be speaking to Irene Apia, a member of Parliament from Hamburg, on this segment when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back. So, hi Irene, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, do I call you the MEP for Billstedt? Is it Hamburg Billstedt? How do you pronounce it?
Billstedt.
Billstedt.
Yeah, but you almost did it.
I see. So, you're the first black woman or black person to occupy this position. Is that correct?
Yes, the first person of African descent and black in general who entered our Hamburg Parliament.
So Germany is a federal republic. So there are different parliaments for different states. Is that correct?
Every state has a parliament, and then you have the national one,
okay,
where you send out members from the states.
So the national is what's called the Bundestag.
Exactly.
So you are for the Hamburg Parliament.
Exactly.
But you still represent the national political party at the state level.
At the state level.
So
yeah.
That party is the Social Democratic Party.
Yes, but the Social Democratic parties have their own branches. Like there's the Social Democratic Party Hamburg, Social Democratic Berlin, and so on and so on. And then of course we have the federal stage where we send our representatives.
I see. So before you became the member of parliament, is this your first political position, or you had occupied a position lower before you rose to this level?
Yeah, I did actually. I climbed the ladder, as you said, as people would say. I've been active on the local, or municipality level for around about 10 years.
Wow.
Before I first candidated for the European Parliament, which I didn't make. And then afterwards, let's say 6 months later, I candidated for the state parliament.
So you've been on this journey in politics for at least a decade, for at least 10 years.
12.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Your parents are originally from Ghana, correct?
Yes. I'm so proud of that.
So you're Irene Apia. Where's your dad from? Where's your mom from? Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Yeah, my father is of Ashanti background. My grandfather is from Mampong.
Mampong?
Yeah.
All right.
My grandmom from Mim Ahafo.
Mim Ahafo, okay.
And but they all grew up in Bantama, so that's
Kumasi.
where they're like raised and brought up.
Uh-huh.
So my mom, I forgot
the
other side.
Yeah.
My mom is a Voltarian,
okay.
but raised in Accra.
Okay.
And she's from Akachi Abo.
From Akachi Abo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
this is incredible. So on your dad's side, Ashanti Bono grew up in Bantama. Your mom, Ebe, grew up in Accra. But you were born in Germany.
I was born in Hamburg.
So your parents are Hamburgers. They were burgers.
Yes.
As they call them.
Yes.
I see. How Ghanaian is Hamburg? Because we're told that a lot of the people who went to Germany from Ghana, they live in Hamburg. Hamburg seems a very popular destination for Ghanaians in Germany. Is that correct?
That's indeed true. I think the reason for that is the harbor.
Oh.
Because when Ghanaians started coming to Germany, of course they wanted to work, and the harbor was destined for that. So a lot of people, just stayed over there. Yeah, my father is one of the early birds.
Okay.
But his cousin also, or uncle, his uncle actually also studied in Hamburg before he joined him.
So he moved there in the 70s?
Early 70s.
Wow. Oh, God. Early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So do you discuss with him how life was in Germany in the 70s for a black person?
Of course, we talked about that, because I actually asked my father at one point, why did we come to Germany? Because our family is very spreaded. My father has like 7 siblings, and they're all somewhere else. They're not in Germany. Most of them are in Holland or in UK or in the States. And I was asking him, so we're the only one who were based in Germany. How come? Why are we here? And he said, yeah, well, his uncle studied over here in Hamburg as well. So his aunt thought it was good for him also to join him. So at that time, there were not many. So my father was already very active in the student union, Ghana Student Union. Became the spokesman for the representative for Europe.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course, since he was someone who came early, also knew how to speak the German language, he became one of those people who really like to also help other people. So definitely people would always come to our house in and out. And that's how I also mingled a lot with the Ghanaians.
I can say some of your political spirit is genetic. You got it from your dad. He's an organizer. He's somebody people rally around.
Yeah, definitely. But my mom is also very political. Well, she's Voltarian, so you can imagine which side she is.
Wow, interesting. So Germany, but it seems to me it's taken a long time, because you're the first person of obviously African descent to be in this position. And for a state that has so many Ghanaians, I would say it's taken a bit long, right?
Yeah.
You would have expected this to be much because if your dad moved in the early 70s, that's almost 50. Yeah, it's taken too long.
It's not that no one tried. They did.
They did try.
I definitely know that generations before us, like the generation before me, there are some of the Ghanaians who were very political and also trying to, represent some of the voices. But see, numbers are what counts. At that time where they were trying to push, they didn't really have a foundation, because the majority, if you have a number, that's when you can become political relevant.
Yeah.
If you're just one of the few, then it's basically if they want to take you along, they do that as an example.
Yeah.
But if you want to be relevant, you need to have numbers. So I do believe that at that point, and it's also the perspective over the years, it changed, you know. Like in the beginning, they always thought like, okay, Africans, especially we Ghanaians, we're just, you know, they like us because we're friendly, very, we fit.
We don't challenge the system too much.
No.
So we are not seen as a threat, but we don't push enough to take our position.
Well said.
In Germany, apart from Hamburg, are there any other states where you can have somebody like you from Africa or whose parents are African in their parliament?
Of course, you will find other states, but most of them are francophones.
Rather?
Like, let's put it this way. Aminata Touré, who is from Schleswig-Holstein, that's not far from Hamburg, it's in the north as well. She's actually like the first very popular female African. I think she's from Mali.
Aminata Touré.
Yeah, very young lady who became the face of the Green Party. But the very first one who walked into the federal level was Karamba Diaby, who is of Senegal origin. Then we have Bremen next to us. Bremen is also very, we have a lot of Ghanaians over there. That's a guy who came from Congo, Ilumbo, Bolayela. And then you have some few who came after, bit by bit. Most of them are francophones. Cameroonian, Amon is not federal.
Which is interesting because when I look at the numbers for Germany, of non-German sort of citizens, Ghanaians are quite a lot.
Yes.
I think for Hamburg, obviously Ghanaians are the most Africans.
Yes.
I haven't done for the whole of Germany, but I would be surprised if there were another African group that was more than Ghanaians in the whole of Germany. If you took, for example, if you take the UK, number 1 is Nigeria, number 2 is Zimbabwe, and Ghana in a close third. Sometimes Ghana is second, before Kenya, South Africa. I don't know the equivalent in Germany in terms of Africans. Will Ghana be number 1 or number 2? Or you're not sure?
Not sure for the whole of Germany, but I know for sure that Hamburg, followed now by Frankfurt. It used to be North Rhine-Westphalia, and not like Cologne, and this area would have been number 2 of the areas. But Frankfurt has now catch up. So it's Hamburg, Frankfurt, NRW. I would say Ghanaians are a lot.
Many.
But there are also like a lot of Ethiopian people. Not in Hamburg, more in Frankfurt. So, but still, I would say I think Ghana has, they're
so
heading.
In this position, do you, of course, you are representing your people in Hamburg, Billstedt, correct? But you are also a poster child for Africans.
Yes.
And you will be judged in 2 ways. You're African, you're also a woman, right? So what kind of pressure does that put on you? Because I'm sure you'll be scrutinized a lot. And if you don't do well, a lot of the stereotypes around Africans will be said, oh yes, we said it. Just talk to me a bit about being an African descent person in Germany in such a high political position.
Well, I think you do need to have a thick skin because you're always in between. In between your community, in between your party, colleagues, and you know, politics is politics. It's about it's a power struggle, and it's about having seats or taking in a seat that if you don't take the seat, someone else is going to take the seat. So sometimes, a lot of people, we talk a lot about discrimination, racism, and all of that. It exists, definitely. But in politics, I would say is about who is stronger, who gets, who is capable of getting the next seat, so that you can, mingle along the power people. So being a woman generally in this whole political field is also a thing, I would say Hamburg is quite good in also, making a good mixture, but that's because we worked on it, policies that we established so that women also get the positions and the stand. But it's not easy. It's like, it's always a fight.
Yeah.
So now comes the other perspective, which is like migrational background. We're not the only ones, but that's the fact. We're not the only ones, and it was about time to also picture and represent that part of migrational background. Because we have a high number of Turkish people, and so they were taking also the lead and also seats and representing. But we have to be very honest. In the whole world, like, as long as you're a foreigner, we are all foreigners. But each foreigner view black people as less than themselves. So even if foreigners are representing foreigners, there's still a slight difference of the vision or the version of a black person, and also the perspectives. So it was about time, and that's all I actually wanted to do, because at one point I faced some not discrimination. There were some things that I kind of, I saw in the system of education, and I understood why we were so fallen back. And I actually wanted to address that. And I actually wanted to address it to a person who can relate to our reality.
Yeah.
And there was none. And that's when I basically decided, I can't stay like that. My son and his friends need to see something different. And basically, I also realized that how come I never, we do have internships. I never walked into a political field because simply we are not represented. So you don't see yourself in that spot.
So you had to enter politics to solve a problem that you found there was nobody to solve, essentially.
Exactly.
There was nobody fighting to close the gaps that existed.
See, people are going to say, well, we would have done that. You just could have told us.
No.
But it's not the same.
Yeah,
if you do not feel the same pain, at least on half of the way, you're just going to stop and say, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But if you feel the pain, you'll stay. You'll continue to fight. And I knew that.
We're talking to Irene Apia. She's a member of the Hamburg Parliament, born of Ghanaian parentage, born in Hamburg. Incidentally, the second largest city in Germany, the third largest port in Europe. So Hamburg is supposed to be more multicultural than most places.
It is.
My question revolves around global politics and where multiculturalism is, and a lot of countries tending to vote for nationalists, right? I mean, first point, how is Germany in this race? Because there's US, there's France, there's a lot of tension everywhere. We don't hear a lot about Germany when it comes to that type of thing these days. It's more the US and Trump, and a lot of course, France has a lot of migrants. So there's always Le Pen and what she could do and that kind of thing. Where is Germany in this journey around multiculturalism and also the threat of the far right to weaponize immigration as an issue? Just your candid views.
I'm quite surprised that you say that you don't hear much about Germany, because in our perspective, we are heading towards back to an old version of Germany that we all have in mind, and we are not very proud of that. But Hamburg builds an exception in the whole picture of Germany, and the tendency of having the right wings back in power. I believe, or most of us believe, that with the next election, we'll have right wings in power if we don't change our way of communication towards the people. See, there's always one thing in society. When you feel threatened, you always turn around and look for someone to blame. Each time when you feel that your existence is being somehow unstable, or you fear that you're going to lose your personality, your identity, or anything like that, you tend to look for someone who you want to blame. And definitely in our history is immigrants.
From some other place will be blamed.
Exactly. So now we have an unstable society based like inflation all over the world. So people fear about their existence. Then we had Corona, the pandemic, that also kind of destabilized people. So, and then we had wars in the center of Europe.
Yeah.
We never
Ukraine, Russia,
and then now and Palestine and Israel, and USA in the whole picture is not a reliable partner as it used to be. And you're seeing the shift, the global shift between China, Africa, South Africa, building their BRICS, that is becoming more and more stronger. So looking at our demographic numbers in Europe, we also see that they didn't really have much of kids. So it's going to change. Foreigners are going to take overhand. And in Germany especially, they fear all of a sudden that their race is going to be vanished by the time. So that's what right people do. They create fear. And that's exactly what's happening. So we are no different than France or US, and we have a new mayor from the conservative side, CDU, would be MPP here, and he just matches Trump.
So this is the mayor for Hamburg?
No, that's Germany.
Okay.
I'm talking Germany. Okay. Hamburg is very social democratic. Yes. We're still stable. The right people didn't make much in our state, but it can change. It's nothing is guaranteed. If we don't do correct politics, it will just flip.
How often do you come to Ghana?
2 to 3 times a year, if I can.
How concerned are you about Ghana and what happens here?
Well, I don't like to talk about the Ghana politics, but I think I know what's going on. I mean, I also created delegations coming with Social Democrats to come and see into the political system. We came into 2022. I brought some females, young girls from Hamburg who are in politics, and we came to dig in the system.
So you are Social Democrats. That means you are more aligned to the NDC.
That's our sister party.
As a Social Democratic Party.
That's our sister party, yeah.
I see. So do you bring delegations to Ghana, and then you do you do any work in Ghana, like supporting any communities, or that's not really your focus? It's more developing your community in Hamburg for now?
Yes, definitely. If I represent the German politics right now, but of course I also want to always do something aside to do something for the community, but that's based on Irene. It's not political.
That's
sides.
not your political.
Yeah. Ambition. And
who is your political hero? Who do you respect him? Because I know Angela Merkel was born in Hamburg, wasn't she?
She actually right. Yeah, she was born in Hamburg, but as a child they moved to the east, so she grew up in the east.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know that. She definitely is not my role model, but she's a good. I didn't like her in the beginning, to be honest, but it changed at least I think in 2014, where she showed heart, and that's when I actually thought, okay, she's not that bad. And over the years, we all we learned to love her. Like I really miss her at this point.
Even now in the global stage, people miss her leadership, right?
Yeah. Looking at where we are now is definitely not good. But who's my political inspiration? To be honest, I don't align with all of the politics that Obama did, but he inspired me. I definitely have to say that.
Because of what he represents.
Yeah.
So Obama inspired you. Did you come to Ghana this Christmas for official duty or just for tourism?
I always come for both.
For both?
I never come just for pleasure. I always mix it.
Did you enjoy Ghana this time?
Not as I usually did. I didn't do much. I just, I stayed home a lot. I just went for meetings, and, I slept a lot because the year was
tough.
Yeah, it was tough. So, but I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like 2 years or 3 years ago where we did party all night.
No, you don't do that anymore.
I don't do that anymore. I went for the Diaspora Summit.
Yeah.
That was important. I went to see some people that I really wanted to meet.
How do the diasporans see Ghana compared to other West African countries? What is Ghana's appeal?
I think if one thing that we have to say or give the old government a credit, then is how they promoted the diaspora and the whole tourism.
The year of return.
Yeah, the whole concept about it is a good one. They really popped that one, and that's how the world sees Ghana right now.
People look forward to come to Ghana.
It's crazy how it has shifted. I mean, I come from a time where we all tried to hide that we're from Africa. We would say we're from New York with a big accent, and everyone knew that you're not from New York because you couldn't even pronounce it right. And nowadays, I mean, it's amazing how people are just proud of being what they. But it started in 2006 actually with the Black Stars in football
in Germany.
In Germany, that's when people really also said, "Oh, Ghana is good." You know what I mean? And so it's just
it's been progressive.
Progressive over the years.
Thanks for talking to us. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
I wish you well on your political journey. You've done 12 years. Maybe you'll become the first African leader of a political party in Germany. Who knows?
I don't see myself in that.
Never say never. Irene Apia is an MP from Hamburg. She's a Hamburger. Parents from Ghana.
The Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Yep, it's Friday, February 13, 2026. Welcome aboard to Kickoff right here on 97.3. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Polytang Ghana, Shell V Power, and then Lesheho. Let's improve life. Well, I'm Gabriel. Let's get straight into the details and starting off with this, where the Accra Hotspurs Foundation, a subsidiary of Accra Hotspurs, a club competing in Ghana's third-tier division, has taken another significant step in its commitment to community development with its latest initiative themed Children Against Drugs. Now, led by CEO Mohamed Lai, the initiative uses football as a tool to educate and sensitize children against drug abuse and other social vices. There's more in this report. The Accra Hotspurs Foundation's initiative, held under the theme Children Against Drugs, brought together representatives from the Narcotics Control Board, the Educational Directorate, and members of government. The program took place at the Latobia Okeshi 2 Primary and KG, where young pupils were engaged through interactive discussions focused on promoting discipline, healthy living, and positive decision-making. Through this outreach, the foundation continues to demonstrate its commitment using football as a platform to inspire, educate, and protect the next generation.
I chose football because kids are so much attached to football. And using football as a tool, we bring people and they understand the game as peaceful and trying to connect communities. So if I can use football to connect communities, the best thing I can do is try to inject it to them, the message I have, which is stop drugs, because it's not going to take you anywhere. You want to be healthy, you want to play football, you have to be healthy. You don't need any sick person in football. It's an energy game. So using the game to change lives, I think that's the main priority. You see me drive on. Bawe Manche, Niboy Kojo II, also called on other foundations to emulate the Accra Hotspurs Foundation by undertaking similar community-based initiatives through sports.
There has been a vast change, honestly speaking. And I don't know how come within just some few period of time, drug has taken so much attention and then so much time of our people, especially the youth and the young ones.
As part of effort to help children stay focused and disciplined in school, the foundation donated items including books, pens, and school bags to selected schools that assembled at the event. The foundation also assures stakeholders that the initiative would continue with the aim of promoting a positive and impactful narrative for the children. All right, so that's that reports from the Accra Hotspurs Foundation. Away from that, lawyer for Thomas Partey, Jenny Wilshire, says the vice captain of Ghana's Black Stars denies the 2 additional charges leveled against him as of February 12, 2026. The alleged offences are said to have taken place between 2021 and 2022. At the time, Partey, now playing in La Liga, was a first-team regular at Arsenal. He was charged 4 days after leaving the Premier League club following the expiration of his contract at the end of June. The 32-year-old is already due to stand trial in November after previously denying 5 counts of rape, 1 count of sexual assault relating to allegations made by 3 women. Okay, well, in the Ghana Premier League later today, 11 Wonders will take on Vision FC, Mediama Sporting Club, up against Aduana Football Club. And then on Sunday, there's Bechem United taking on Young Apostles. Brecum Chelsea will take on Heart of Lions. Bibiani Gold Stars up against Basake Holy Stars. And then Dreams FC will take on Karela United. Hoho United up against Nations FC. Swedro Blacks will take on Samatex 1996. And then a big one on Sunday at the Babara Sports Stadium, it's Kumasi Asante Kotoko up against Accra Heart of Folk. We'll get into the build-up a bit later at 5 p.m. But in the English Premier League last night at the JTech Community Stadium, it ended 1-0 between Brentford and Arsenal.
Thrown in again and 1-1. King Lewis Potter, who is about to be taken off, has got himself on the score sheet. Another potential plot twist in this enthralling title race.
All right, so Arsenal missing a chance to restore their 6 points lead at the top of the Premier League in a frustrating draw at Brentford. Here's Mikel Arteta speaking after the game.
Well, a really tough place to come. We knew that very difficult to dominate the game through long periods because they are really good. They drag you to a game where anytime the ball is in and around the byline, in the channel, you put the ball out for a throw-in. and it's it's like a casino. Anything can happen, and something really bad can happen, and you have to navigate through that. I think after the first 15 minutes, we started to dominate the game. I started the second half really well. The first 20-25 minutes, they scored the goal, and from there we lacked more composure, I think, to maintain the ball better, to play in the right areas, to stay more disciplined, because we started to give a lot of unnecessary free kicks away and with bad clearances, and allow the ball in the channels and start to generate set pieces, and they are really, really good at it, so credit to them as well, for sure.
All right, so that's Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, speaking after his side managed a point against Brentford at the GTEC Community Stadium. This weekend, we have FA Cup matches. Later tonight, Hull City will take on Chelsea at 7:45 p.m. and then Wrexham up against Ipswich later tonight. We'll build up to the games later, 5 p.m. when we return with Sport Flash on 97.3. And that's the very latest in the world of sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GHA. Kickoff is probably brought to you by Western Union, Polytangana, Shell V Power, and then Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Affair. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and bye-bye.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spot in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want town. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
You looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we see to bank if no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Do you
want to study or explore career opportunities abroad? Take your first step with IELTS from the British Council, the world's most trusted English language test for visa applications, universities, and other institutions. Book your test and get free access to IELTS Ready Premium, our top-rated preparation platform, including practice tests, video tutorials, study plans, and more, worth 1,750 cedis. Visit our website today to achieve your study and career goals with the British Council.
When I was young, I asked my mother the secret of her vitality and health. She said, the right food, the right exercise, the right amount of sleep, and the right blood tonic. Nexcofa, the right blood tonic. Nexcofa blood tonic is fortified with iron and other essential vitamins and minerals for a strong, healthy, and active body. Nexcofa blood tonic is effective for the treatment of anemia, lack of appetite, and stressful conditions in both adults and children.
Nexcofa blood tonic, the right family blood tonic. Nexcofa blood tonic is manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
They said living on Cloud 9 is the ultimate feeling of happiness. Why not find out for yourself? Val Real Estate, Africa's Gate to Real Estate, is proud to introduce Pune Airport West. Here comes our boldest statement yet. Invest in Pune Airport West and live a standard above. A striking 22-story lifestyle residential tower rising in Airport West with thoughtfully designed studio, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments. Launch prices are now live for a limited time. Join us on the 13th of February 2026 as Val officially unveils this new development. Pune Airport West. Live a standard above. To RSVP, reserve your unit and secure your place today. Call 0800-888-888. Val Real Estate. Africa's Gate to Real Estate.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my household.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Every family has secrets. Every home has drama.
Got you a hotel for a few nights. That was the best I could do.
I want a little dignity and shelter.
You make it sound so simple.
It was simple until you made it complicated.
And every household has stories you recognize.
Aquile pregnant. I didn't say she was pregnant for me.
Meet the Blanksons, a modern Ghanaian family just like yours. Funny, messy, and very real.
Opebia. Junior Bento is a young man who runs his father's company. Very successful. Just so you know.
Yes.
Just yes.
Yes, as a question. The young man runs his father's company.
So must everything be spelled out to you? Opebia. Opportunity comes but once.
The Blanksons, coming soon on Channel 1 TV.
The vibe is too much. Prices will go sweet to your body. Plenty products, they and deals. Free a crack, see bimbila. Bribi, wahoma, obia. From appliances to clothes, beauty products, pay as you wish. Quality products guaranteed. If it matters to you, then it matters to us. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you. Try Jumia today. The pocket to thank you.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
I would take the stars out of the sky for you. Stop the rain from falling if you ask me to. I'd do anything for you, your wish is my command. I could move a mountain when your hand is in my hand. Words could not express how much you mean to me. There must be some other way to make you see. If it takes my heart and soul, you know I'd pay the price. Everything that I possess, I'd gladly sacrifice. Oh, you to me are everything, the sweetest song that I could sing. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. To you, I guess I'm just a clown who picks you up each time you down. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You give me just a taste of love to build my hope for. You know you got the power, girl, to keep me holding on. So now you got the best of me. Come on and take the rest of me. Oh, baby. Though you're close to me, we seem so far apart. Maybe given time, you'll have a change of heart. If it takes forever, girl, then I'm prepared to wait. The day you give your love to me won't be a day too late. Oh, you to me are everything, the sweetest song that I can sing. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. To you, I guess I'm just a clown who picks you up each time you're down. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You give me just a taste of love to build my hopes upon. You know you got the power, girl, to keep me holding on. So now you got the best of me. Come on and take the rest of me. Oh, baby. Oh, you to me are everything. You're the sweetest song that I can sing. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes, I need you, baby. You to me are everything. The sweetest song that I
2 minutes past 8 on the City Breakfast Show. What a lovely song for a great morning. Today we celebrate our bright, joyful star, Audrey Amakun Latte. At just 6 years old and already shining in grade 3 at Onua Francis International School, you fill every room with laughter and kindness. May your day be packed with fun surprises and all the things that make you smile the biggest. From your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Amakun Latte. Wow, 6 years old, already in class 3. Now that's serious. Happy birthday to Erasmus Odei JB of the Assurance Department of the Assurance Department. Forgive me, of the Assurance Department, and Seth Ashiedu of the Internal Services Department of Deloitte. Belated happy birthday to Nancy Brimpong of Audit from your country managing partner Daniel Kojo Owusu. Happy birthday to Kwabena Chum Odekumi of Teshin. You are a great man. May the good Lord keep protecting you. May you realize your dreams. Coming in from your friend Freeman Tete. A very special birthday to my wonderful wife, Mrs. Letitia Yebua Mensa Nanama. Your deeply loved, truly treasured and incredible blessing to our family. Thank you for your unwavering care, your strength, and the joy you bring into our lives. May this new year be filled with peace, favor, and boundless happiness. We love you dearly. This is from your husband, Livingstone Yebua Mensa, together with Inshira Obrimpong and Auntie Kesewa.
so far apart. Maybe given time, you'll have a change of heart. If it takes forever, girl, then I'm prepared to wait. The day you give your love to me won't be a day too late. Oh, you to me are everything, the sweetest song that I can sing.
And a very good morning to friends at Beacon Source and Services. Congratulations on your And also on your groundbreaking yesterday of that facility to process chicken, Beacon Sauce and Services, based in the Kpone Katamanso area. This is indeed the Kpone industrial area. Good morning to Fidelis Begla. I also want to say good morning to the MCE of Kpone Katamanso. The MCE of Kpone Katamanso. You know, yesterday I was in the Kpone Katamanso district and I gave them 3 records. So number 1, for a small district assembly, they have the most power plants because the Kpone power enclave is there. So I think apart from Akosovo, they have the most megawatts of power in Ghana. They also have the Kpone industrial enclave and the free zones enclave. So you have a lot of large companies based in Kpone. But you know the funny thing, the irony, they also have some of the worst roads in Ghana, which doesn't make sense, you know, because Kpone has a lot of power and a lot of industrial capability, yet even the road to get to the company I went to yesterday, they had to grade it, you know, before we could even drive there. How do you have the most electric, the most electricity generation plants, and all these almost all the big companies in Ghana who do processing, they are in the Kpone industrial enclave. Yet they have the worst traffic and the worst roads. There's a certain road from TT Brothers that takes you back into Tema, and there's another road that takes you, in fact, even the Kpone industrial enclave, the free zones enclave, the roads are not that good. A whole free zones enclave. And we are talking multi-million-dollar companies. And then if you get to the Pram Pram area, of course, so they are neighbors to Pram Pram. All right. So the MCE was there with some of his assembly people. But I really think there's something not adding up. Because if you are the assembly that oversees these large companies and these large power plants, you should just tax them and tell them that you'll build the road for them so they should pay. I mean, just go with a pen and paper and say, you, how many staff do you have? 3,000. What's your turnover? 20 million. You pay 1 million.
No.
Oh, like I'll do it.
No.
Because the road, and you know the worst part, these companies, because they are big, they have a lot of big trucks. So they contribute to the deterioration of the road. You should collect money and do the road. You shouldn't even leave it. You shouldn't even do it. You should do it local.
No, I mean, find a reasonable way to leave them, but don't say that because they've got 3,000 staff, etc. No, it should be reasonable.
The 3,000 staff, they use the roads very frequently. They are cement companies, they are cocoa processing companies, they are fertilizer companies, they are steel companies. Charlie, it's a massive, and the roads are so bad. You need to find, you know, we should just do what we have to do. So MC, I'm giving you the power to do it. I'm telling you. I am telling you. I mean, there's a road that, imagine there's a road when you drive from TT Brothers, which has horrendous traffic. Mm-hmm. You can either enter to the industrial enclave or go straight to the roundabout. That Kpone road that takes the power enclave, they are fixing it, but it's a very bad road. Yeah. I'm giving him the power to go and collect levies and call it Kpone Road Development Levy. Collect from the people and do it. Nobody can do it.
At best, you are giving him a suggestion about how to
he should
rake in some revenue.
Tell the local government minister that it's a disgrace that this assembly, which has the most, the large, and by the way, across the road, he has all these big warehouses. Look, I don't want to mention it because people think I'm doing name calling. When you drive from Tema and you cross the motorway interchange and you are driving towards Dowenya, from your right and left you're in Kpone Katamanso. They have estates. They have money. Car showrooms, companies selling Caterpillar. Oh, Charlie. What's the name of the MC? I forget his name. I met him yesterday. I didn't save his number. So I am telling you that collect money and fix your roads. You are laughing. And you know what's weird? Apparently, Kpone Katamanso, even though it starts from Kpone, It goes all the way to, so you know Maijo, right? From Maijo, you go to Katamanso. So I'm talking between Maijo and Adenta. But Katamanso assembly goes all the way there.
Oh.
You see where my estate is? I don't want to mention it for security reasons. But you see when you're from...
Okay, yeah.
You see Macarius Church?
Yeah.
So Macarius Church, and you are going towards... So there's a route from Macarius Church that takes you all the way to a place called Katamanso. You get to a place called Atadika. Mm-hmm. Right? And then it can take you all the way to Amrahia. Large portions of that area are under Katamanso. Meanwhile, Katamanso is this way. So Katamanso lies between Tema, so it's bordered by Ashaiman on one side, bordered by Tema East on another side, Ningo Prampram on one side, and Adenta. So Katamanso is the area between Ningo Prampram, Tema East, Ashaiman, and Adenta. So it's a very weird, and their roads are bad. Another part of their road. So when you go to this day, I went to a funeral at a place called Bechile, and I vowed I'll never go there again. We drove and got to a place, and we parked our cars, and when we finished, we walked. I don't know how they started building houses in that area. The roads are not straight. They have terrible roads, Bechile, and it's all in the same Katamanso area.
But is it not because when we are carving out our districts, our constituencies, etc., the interest or the objective is more for gerrymandering than for development, and so you find that you can have one constituency or district, snaking through several places, and that in itself makes the continuation of the whole development difficult.
I think from the little I know about Accra, I think they do these districts for the reason you said, but they do it on the basis of traditional localities. Let me explain that. So you see, they do La Dade Kotopong, so that's La. Then you have Krowo Nungwa. Then you have Lejokuku Teshin. So they try and keep the integrity of the gang community. Do you know what I'm saying? So so for example, if you go to Medina is actually supposed to be called Lahe, because Medina belongs to the La people. So they don't want to build a district that sort of does not have they want to have one traditional authority. That's the way I see it. So like this Katamanso thing, they are a people. Katamanso is one group. As against Tema. You cannot mix Katamanso and Tema into one. Because Tema East, Tema West, Tema Central is all another Tema. Then you have Katamanso, which is a different gang group. So they try and build it along those lines. So you notice that it's geographically very funny, because Kpone is all the way to the sea, and yet their neighbors are in Adenta. You get it? So it's a bit weird. It's also bordered by Shai Osudoku. Okay. But what I'm saying is that the resources in Katamanso, I mean, look, from TT Brothers, if you like, commission a researcher to do district by district and compare their commercial viability. Katamanso, too much. I'm just using my head. TT Brothers, Tor. Even Tor, you can say is
it entirely commercial?
Industrial. So it's industrial. So when you cross the motorway towards the Bone area, on your right, that whole area is Bone, all the way to the industrial enclave, and they have big companies. If you go to, there's a road from Tor to Bone. I don't see why that road should be in the state it is, because you see the Bone industrial enclave has power, and then Tor is producing our oil. Their road is so bad. I don't understand. That road should be world class, because there are a lot of trucks. There's another area I saw yesterday on my way to Bone. Google said I should pass Spintex. So when I got to Coca-Cola roundabout, we drove for like 200 meters and said we should turn left at Casapreco. So we turned Casapreco, and then we connected to 18 Junction. again, Casapreco, massive company. I saw not less than 25 trucks. The road is bad. And I ask myself, why? Why should a road leading to such a big company? There's a problem in the development model that you cannot find a way of fixing a road for heavy usage. I mean, I don't, haulage trucks, about 30 of them were parked there, and the road was not even tarred. And I'm asking myself, why? You know, there's something I don't understand that has to be fixed. So if you do Tema, Harbour Road, you get to Valco Roundabout, Tor. Terrible road that takes you to Pong. It could have reduced the traffic. There's a lot of traffic for people who come from 25 to Accra. If they had fixed the Tor Valco Road, it can split the traffic into two. They won't fix it. So I want the MCE. I'm giving him the power.
You don't have any power.
I have a lot. The MCE should take charge.
You are not the revenue authority.
He should collect money and do the roads. He should tell the companies that he should give them a deadline by March 1st. Every company must pay, and he's going to use that money to put in a fund to build roads. That's why should we be suffering? Because if you are producing, I think a large chunk of our GDP is in that area. I saw Nice Cocoa, Barry Calibo, Diamond Cement, the other cement company, the one that does the clinker in Ghana. What's the name of the cement company? I forget the name. Supercem. They are all there. Across the road, Zonda is there. Serene Insurance across the road. Multiple Titi Brothers Self is there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you have all the power include Send Power. They are there. Senate. They are there. The GDP of Bone, I think is bigger than some regions. If you like, take the companies there and their turnover and their valuation, compared to a region like, say, Ahafo region. What does Ahafo region have that? No, seriously. If you like, and I'm not trying to denigrate any region. If you like, take the GDP in terms of companies and the resources they control and they produce at home. I don't think Northeast region or Ahafo region or even Oti region can compare to that zone. You get it? But here's development which is based on regions. And regions, I mean, what do regions have? You know, yes, the people are many. Fix roads now. That's the agenda for the morning.
But also expand development elsewhere, because we cannot continue the post-colonial development legacy where everything is concentrated in a particular part of the country. So everything is concentrated down south. Tema will enjoy all of that because of the port. Do you get it? So it's...
But you see, Kakra, again, I agree with you, but only in part, because there's something they call economies. There's a reason why Wall Street is what it is and Fleet Street is what it is. There's a reason why we go to the city. When you bring organizations and companies of a certain business, in fact, when you go to the market, tomato sellers are together. Mm-hmm. They make it easy. So when we want to get tomatoes, just go to this side. I see wisdom in concentrating development in a particular place. If you will use the power of aggregation to develop amenities.
Okay, you misunderstand me. So so what I mean is, whatever the development model is should be something that is best suited for the particular region. Mm-hmm. So if you take Tema, okay, they've got the port, and so they've got all these industrial areas. We cannot replicate that in, say, a BA or a northern region. Mm-hmm. The question is, what works there? Okay. What is sellable there? Okay. So if you take the north, they've got tomatoes. Mm. If you take my region, central region, if we've got seafood, a lot of seafood, we've got fanti kenke. Yeah. So that you what you orchestrate is a trade around that. When I lived in Spain, for instance, the state I lived in, Alicante, mm-hmm. they were known for two things. It was three things: good weather because it was down south, so it attracts a lot of tourism. So it's a tourist destination.
Yeah.
And then they produced water for the entire and sold it to the rest of the country.
Okay. So let me be controversial. What you are saying is what a lot of people agree with, that development must be spread so that urban drift from rural areas will stop.
Yeah.
But I feel, let's push it a bit. So let's assume you have a particular natural resource, say cotton in Tumu.
Or even salt in Keta.
Okay. So let's use the Tumu example, it's far from Accra. And you say, let's build a factory in Tumu. What you need to ask yourself is, what does the building of a world-class factory in Tumu require? Is it the closeness of the raw material to the factory that's the most important thing, or access to power that's the most important thing, or access to skilled resources, human resources, that's the most important thing, or proximity to port if you are going to export it, that's the most important thing? Do you understand me? So whilst I understand that you should build factories close to their raw material, if the factory is export based, it does make sense to locate the factory close to the port so that your transportation costs of, or if it uses inputs from, so for example, cement companies, a lot of them are in that enclave because they import clinker. Now, if you import clinker from wherever and you get it to Tema, transporting clinker from Tema to say Tumu, if you put in a factory there for sake of argument, may not be the best. So you know, a lot of these factories, they are close to the port because some of them export and some of them import their raw materials. Number two, the power enclave at Bone makes it easier because when you are close to power, a source of power is also another thing, because of course we are not saying that it's more expensive to bring power from Akosombo, but sometimes because they use bulk power, it may be easier for a transformer to be positioned not far from where they are. Do you see my logic? So
I see your logic, but then I disagree, because then what you're saying, we have to cluster everything around our resources, around the port. No, you see, if you vary and develop your transportation resource, then everything is not going to be by road. Then you have the option of water. You have the option of transporting something from Central to Volta or Volta upwards. So if you have varied, because you're going to incur cost in transportation anyway, so the idea shouldn't be that it should necessarily be close to the
but I'm cutting my
resource.
cost
No, in cutting because feasibly your factory, you prefer it's close to your resource. You can't also have it at the same time close to the port because you're going to export.
So
you have to weigh the cost.
The reason a lot of these companies are in Pone, so maybe the raw material may not be at Pone, but as I said, maybe the imported raw material is from Tema Port. Number two, they are close to power. Number three,
electricity.
Number three, markets. Don't forget that the purchasing power of Pone in Accra is more than that of Pone in other parts of the world. In fact, Accra is now the largest zone. We are over 5 million, almost 6 million people. So if I'm producing cement, my clinker is imported, so I am at the port. The power I need is close by from the Pone industrial enclave. All the good accountants, all the good lawyers, and all the good professors are around me. So I can hire them and I don't need to bring them from far. Then the buildings of...
But that structure is counterproductive for development and it has to be dismantled. You see, having everything concentrated in one place, your electricity, your the population with the purchasing power, you have to dismantle that.
Your argument that development must be decentralized is true in the long term, but what I'm saying is that concentrating industry close to either the port or close to a market or a raw material happens everywhere. Germany, there's a place called Ruhr Westphalia. It's a cluster of industries. They benefit from each other. They reuse their skills. So when you do that, you can then say that we can produce at a lower cost, so that when we are transporting the product to Tumu for people to buy, we can sell it cheaper. Okay, but I do understand you, because
going
if somebody
forward,
wants
you don't
a job,
maintain that model.
You see, I am talking. So we are both right in essence. I am saying what a company must do to optimize. You are saying what a country must do in the long term to develop. We cannot leave, which is why governments are important. You don't leave all decisions
to be made by
a company.
Companies,
but you don't also legislate it, you incentivize. So you can say, Poalugu, tomatoes grows in Burkina and Upper East and Northeast. We are going to dam the river and we'll produce hydroelectric power. So you are close to power. You are close to your tomatoes. By the way, we are going to do a second phase of the multipurpose dam. So you are going to not just have power, you are going to have irrigation. So I'm going to send Irrigation Development Authority to Poalugu. I'm going to have a scientific research institute there. I'm going to have an irrigation program in addition to having a power program. And the tomato is also close. Then
we add a water transportation program.
So you see, your point is now, I can work with your point if you have more than one thing. But if all you have is cotton at Tumu, it will be difficult. The guy will say, let me rather bring the cotton to Tema and process it because the power is cheaper. A lot of the skilled workers live in Tema. The roads are better. But if you add something to the Tumu argument, so that's why I'm using the Poalugu example. So if you say Poalugu, let's do tomato factory. Let's do a dam to produce hydroelectric power. Let's do irrigation. Let's take research institutions there. Then it's like, a whole community is forming around Poalugu. So, okay, Poalugu is the new Akosombo. But if all Poalugu has is tomatoes, we'll put the tomato on a truck and bring it to Accra, which is why I go back to Kpone. The GDP of Kpone and the quality of roads there, I think is a complete aberration. And you see, why are you looking at me like that? Yesterday, it took me 1 hour 30 minutes from Tesano to get to the company I was going to. We didn't use the motorway. And I'm told that they even graded part of the road to even allow us to get there on time. Okay. The roads are not good at all. Everywhere I pass, large companies, large trucks. I don't even know whether the District Assembly has enough resources and people to oversee the caliber of companies there. Because these are multinational companies. But they have a local authority who doesn't even have enough money to fix their roads. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. So if you live in that area, I don't know. I am saying the MCU should go and collect money from the companies. It sounds ridiculous and preposterous. Of course, I can't be serious with it. But I'm saying that because I am saying you cannot have Tor, Diamond Cement, CMAF, and all these big companies in your enclave and have this terrible roads and have this crazy traffic and all these estates. When I'm going to a funeral in Southern Volta, if I don't leave before 5 a.m., I will be in traffic. Why? So the people of go to your assembly and have a meeting and contribute money and fix your roads. I'll come to some else on this point. For me, I may sound overly simplistic, but I'm telling you, if you're a big company in Kpone, call the MC this morning and ask him to listen to what I'm saying. Muntie dia papa ne kan. Let me pay some bills. I'll come back to this. Today my whole mind is on that issue. Enjoy faster and easier transfers across Africa when you use PAPS with Zenith Bank. Just dial *966#. Use Zenith Bank's internet banking platform or walk into any Zenith Bank branch near you for your cross-border transfer. For more details, call Zenith directly 0302680884. Zenith Bank in your best interest. Okay, now Kakra, February is the month of love. They say go to Biposi Wellness Center and go and chill small. It's near Ebri. They say slow down, reconnect, and indulge in the experiences designed for love and well-being.
You have to say the slow down slowly.
Slow down.
Thank you.
Reconnect.
Yes.
Indulge in the experiences designed for love and well-being. From our Valentine's Day dinner, curated for intimate moments, to yoga, And then there's something they call, is it pilots or pilot session?
Pilots.
Charlie, I didn't go to school a lot. Pilot session. And deeply relaxing massages. Every detail at Big Possible Wellness Resort is crafted to help you unwind and feel truly cherished. So whether you are celebrating your partner, your friends, or your family members, you can pour yourself into Big Possible Wellness Resort, offering the perfect escape from the hassles of Accra. Call Big Possible on 020-055-7699. That's 020-055-7699. Or visit our website to book your experience. Anglo Gold Ashanti wishes to alert the public to fraudulent job recruitment scams using the name of the company and its subsidiary Anglo Gold Ashanti Iduaprim Mine. These fake adverts and letters are not affiliated with Anglo Gold Ashanti in any way. We never request payment for jobs or authorize third-party recruiters. Verify vacancies via our official website career page. That's anglogoldarashanti.com/companies/careers or call 0302 743 400. Our official social media pages are Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube under the names Anglo Gold Ashanti Iduaprim Mine and Anglo Gold Ashanti Ghana. Give your career a boost with SEMA. It gives you real world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 690,000 professionals in 190 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance. Call 026-301-1992. SEMA, one qualification, countless opportunities. In the meantime, do you agree with me that the Bone Assembly should collect money from the companies then fix the roads? That's my first. the way someone is looking at me. Someone, yesterday I met the MC. He's called KT, so he has some nice name. Nice guy. And I said, why are the roads so bad? And all these big companies. You were just looking at my face. Collect money from the companies and fix the road.
But he needs the law.
Exactly.
He needs the law.
The law is wrong.
Well, you are running into difficulty if you don't.
Okay, what if the companies say don't volunteer? Because don't forget, let me push it. Don't forget every district has some road money, small money. So what if the companies say, on our own, we are contributing maybe 100,000 per company to add to the district road fund, and then they say, oh, government, take it out of our tax, and then he will say, working with DRIP, he will grade all the roads. Don't you think that will work?
Well, it will work. It should work. Let me put it this way. But it's easier if we don't channel the money through the government system of payment and transactions, because it makes it a bit complex. If the community chooses to advance a certain development agenda, all they require from the municipal assembly is the permission. Okay. For instance, here at Channel 1 TV, Citi FM, we embarked on our voter relief projects. Can you imagine what would have happened if we raised the money and went to give it to a district assembly to go through their system of execution? I'm sure we'll be still waiting today to see what will happen.
No, you have one round, but I have round. Let me come back. You won round one, but round two. Let me do round two.
No, it's not about winning, no.
No. So, you see, whilst I agree with you, a road is DRIP. There's already district road improvement. So I am assuming that the Bone Assembly has DRIP equipment. So this contribution we are doing is not because we want them to go through their regular procurement. We are saying that it's just to enhance the activities of district road improvement. So it's not the long bureaucracy of Parliament. No. You have the DRIP improvement there. We know what the roads are. Maybe you need to fuel it and you need to do a couple of things. So your budget is say 1 million. And then we say we'll all do 100,000. We'll put it in we even give it to you, we'll put it in a escrow. So open it in a bank account to put the money there, so that when you need it, we'll co-sign. So the company, the companies together have a signatory and the district has a signatory. And we say, we just want to be able to grade the roads regularly. And we'll fuel our own drip equipment because we feel like the process is too long. I think we can find a middle ground.
Yeah, but it's still not sustainable. It's not, you see, it's not sustainable. It covers up for the inefficiencies in our governing structures. That's at best, this is what you are going to achieve. I mean, look, you can solve it as a one-off action, but to sustain a thing like that, it will come at the expense of something else to your private business. And I don't know how many businesses are prepared to go through that. So businesses come together, they go and then smoothen the road. Okay, we use it after 6 months, it reverses to its old dilapidated self. And then we have to come again and then do the same thing while the assembly and the government that takes our taxes looks on. In the name of there's bureaucracy, so it takes too long, or there's the share of the district assembly, the way they distribute the money is not gotten to us, so let's wait. Now, you the companies, how are you going to report this in your books?
Local CSR.
At the expense of your profitability? How do you pay your salaries?
It improves our operations because our vehicles will not be breaking down.
No, as a one-off, yes.
Our ability to transport our raw materials
elsewhere in another world, that kind of intervention can be recognized by the tax authorities.
Okay.
But not here in Ghana.
I'm coming back. I have round 3. You wait for me. I'm coming. I have something else. I'm going to speak to the MCE shortly, but I want to do 2 quick announcements before I talk to the MCE. Now, Republic Bank have some fantastic things for us. Own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. Grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions, and run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth with investment and trust management, and pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Visa, credit, or debit cards. Whether you are starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Bank gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. Call 0800 414 414. Ensure with Enterprise and enjoy free fuel coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, indeed extra rewards. Insure your car now with Enterprise Insurance and be part of the Insure Naturally promo. It runs from now till May 2026. Promo regulated by NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Tech Therapy Limited is a professional tech services company providing reliable repair and support for smartphones, tablets, laptops, and smart wearable devices. Contact us for your proper diagnosis and quality repair. Call us on 0505789096. This morning, I don't know what food I ate yesterday, but I woke up with an idea that the companies in the industrial enclave should come together and that the MCE should collect money from them to fix their roads. Because I went there for a program yesterday and I met Mr. Samuel Tetekwashi Morton. He's the MCE for Bunkatamanso. MCE, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Very fine, thank you. So,
yesterday, I was at your district, and I'm still thinking about the experience I had. That's why I've called you today.
Very well, thank you, sir.
Before we even start, how many large companies do you have under your jurisdiction? Are you able to name some of them for us?
Yes, I have quite a number of them. I have Olam, I have Sempa, I have Asogli, I have Elipa, I have Belakwa, B5, to name but a few.
Hey, you are powerful. Are the cement companies also in your place?
Yes, so I have Cement and CDI and then 2 other more. Yes.
Is Zonda also in your area?
Perfectly. So Zonda is also part.
What about TT Brothers?
Okay, so TT Brothers fall under CMA.
Oh, okay.
Originally, until 2012, we were carved out of TME. And looking at our political boundaries, either to Citi brothers, to the license office, to VACO, all those places that we should have been part of our.
But now it's under TME.
It's under TME. So the entire free zone enclave doesn't belong to Katamanso, but I think we have the majority.
What about estates in terms of like these living estates? How many? Can you name some of the big ones? Because I'm trying to give listeners a sense of the size of your constituency.
I have Nyamedia Estate. We also house the 25 and then the 26 estates of TDC. Yes, also to mention about it.
Wonderful. And
we have Reggie Manuel also around the Katamanso enclave.
Good. Now, what are the geographical boundaries of your estate? Because I know that places in Katamanso close to Adenta also fall under your jurisdiction. Is that correct?
Yes, brother.
Wow.
So my municipality spans from the ocean. That is from Pong. Then it ends at Gonte. Gonte is closer to the Ebri municipality. So apparently I share boundary with Ebri municipality, Ka East municipality, La Nkwantana municipality, Shai Osudoku, Nyungo Pampram, TMA, and then
Ashaiman.
Ashama, and then Chamawe.
So is Bechile under you?
Bechile is within Katamanso.
So you have the most power, you have the most companies, and you have the worst roads.
Yes, Bernard, that I perfectly agree with you. But let me say a very big thank you to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the roads minister, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, my MP, Honorable Joseph Akwete Tete, and then the youth within the Pong township itself. They have been very, very helpful when it comes to our road network. Bernard, as you can see, I house almost all the strategic and big investments within the country. But the tenets of our law will not allow us as an assembly to go to them, take money, fix the roads as all of us would have wanted. When you take other advanced countries, provinces, just like the way we also have Katamanso municipality, are on their own. So they sit with the huge establishments and then they make sure basic amenities within the municipality are also. But our laws doesn't work like that. The roads have been bad for the past 9 years. Upon assumption of power, when His Excellency took office, he visited the area. So all the major work you are seeing on the road, from Tor to Pong, from Pombaria through Pong Township, that is an asset linking Nungo Pampram, through to Adan, was just executed last year. And we are thankful to the government. You see, all the strategic investment, as I said, when you look at the economic value that the country as a whole is getting, and some roads should have been first-class roads by now.
Okay, let me ask you another question. So, the Kpon road itself, from the runabout into Kpon, is it being done? Because I noticed part of it had been graded, but part of it was very, very bad. There's a view that there's a road from Citi Brothers to Kpon and one from Tor to Kpon, that if those roads were done, it will reduce the traffic on the main 25 into Tema. Is this true? And if it is, why haven't those roads been done?
that's what I started by telling you, that those roads, I just don't want to say that the erstwhile administration abandoned them. Ultimately, there was no infrastructure upgrade nor development. But when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama took office, the road minister, Honorable Governor Agboja, visited the enclave. And he also appreciated the economic value of the area. So the road extension from Barrier to the township has been awarded, and the contractor by name Ibrahim Megida is working on it currently. In the same way, the shop is also working on the toll road. Presently, they are applying the 040 on it. Thereafter, it will be asphalted. But we were negotiating for it to be a concrete road. Looking at the nature of trucks that ply the road, because we have all the oil establishments around that same enclave. So our tankers, we have all the warehouses. So the huge halo trucks starting goods from warehouse to the port, from port to the enclave, all use these roads. So the argument we are doing now is, instead of asphalt, it should have been, it must be a concrete road. Yes, that's
but fair enough. But at least they are doing it. Do you know when they will finish? What time are they working with?
So the timelines on the road is 24 months.
24 months.
Exactly within 2 years.
They will finish.
It should be done. It should be done.
By the way, finally, what about traffic? While the roads are being done, is the assembly not concerned about the massive amounts of traffic that people who live, particularly in Community 25, they face on a daily basis? Is there nothing you can do with the police to make it easier to manage?
So Bernard, we've deployed the MTTD over there. We have a few, how should I put them, baby police also attached to them, who are helping with the vehicular traffic situation. You see, because the road is very bad, transporters and other private road users will have to take their time so that at least damage will not be on their car.
Do you monitor what the MTTD is doing because are they, you see, MTTD they want to catch people who don't have driver's license. So I don't know whether they are there to ease the movement of traffic. Do you actually supervise what they do?
I can assure you my MTTD, for the few times I've monitored them, they are on track. Yes, they are on track.
Have the roads hold on? Have the roads in Gulf City and Bay Chile also been awarded on contract?
Okay, so Bernard, that's what I said. Yes, they have been awarded. The contractors who will take care of the roads within that enclave are two. We have Black Oak, and then we have Hugo Terrano. But you see, once again, the strategic nature of Iraq has become a challenge within that enclave. For example, working on the road from Calypso, that will link up to the Michelle Camp highway. And then one that goes to where we have the Energy Commission warehouse. We have MTN and other telcos, cables beneath, as well as both CRA, GIDCO, their oil pipelines also beneath it. The pipelines planted did not go down very well, the depth. So when the contractor came on site, and then we started putting one peg or the other at places so that work will start. Before they came, so currently we are engaging them to see how best their line that passes beneath the corridors of the road will be taken care of. So that's what I said. The present government and the road minister, all notable stakeholders, they've seen the economic viability of our roads within the...
No problem. We will judge you by the results you produce, not by the good intentions. But thank you so much for the updates. Mr. Samuel Tete Kwashi Morton, STQ Morton, MCU for I didn't even plan to go there today. I was just thinking about my issues with yesterday and the companies and there's something I need to say to you guys. So I'm told that there's a very strange issue with the demarcation. So the Free Zones and TT Brothers are under TMA. But then the companies he mentioned are under. So even though Free Zones looks close to Bono, they've sort of so it's part of TMA and that community one, whatever. So clearly my idea wasn't going to work. Okay. But I feel like the agency around large companies that are so critical to a country and the challenge, it for me there's a disconnect there. Tow it. I mean, you know the worst part. When we entered the Free Zones, you actually pay. But I don't know whether the money is used to do the road because the road it's not even good.
Bernard, our current structure has outlived its sell-by date. You understand? We are living in 1965. Okay. Look, I'm listening to this MC or DC. Is it MC? MC. And I'm telling myself that he is a definition of the problem we are dealing with. I'm not saying that as a human being called, his references.
Where he's seeing, where he's coming from.
Yes, the speed with which he rushes to go and let politicians feel good.
Yeah.
When we are dealing with a clear and present danger, he's thanking people for the road, which is the problem. Okay, and I'm asking myself that, okay, let me flip it and say, Bernard, may your wishes come through and let all these companies put money together and put in the custody of the municipal assembly. I am not sure whether they can deliver.
Charlie, you have won the argument.
No, I'm just not sure. I'm again not to impugn anything on anybody. I'm just saying that it's not convincing whether the leadership have captured the reality.
You are right.
That road there, yes, that road passes through their municipality, but that road is much more critical to the economy, the overall economy of this country.
Yeah.
So it has to be a highway agenda. But road building, you build a road for connectivity. But after the event of building the road, there is maintenance of the road, which we never do as a country. So I'm asking that when they drive and they see the potholes after TT Brothers, look, some of the potholes can swallow your car.
It's serious.
On a regular road.
It's serious. And this is a Trans-West Africa highway.
Yes, and we are saying that we don't have a maintenance approach to preserving the road.
So every time we've awarded contractor is mobilizing. So your point is that it's one thing building a main road, but if a road develops a fault and you wait for it to get to a point of complete anomy and then you are now going to re-award, what's the logic behind that?
So look at the slip roads from the main road. And so if the deterioration of the slip roads actually come to affect the major road, that's civil engineering 101. So if we cannot maintain the roads that lead into the community, eventually they come to affect the main road, which is what we are saying.
Let me stay with you. So initially I said companies should come together and work with the district.
Are you moving away from?
No, I'm still on the topic.
Okay.
And then you said you gave a couple of pushbacks, and then now the interview didn't give us too much hope. But in certain communities, mining companies build roads, and when they build the roads are very good.
Which roads do they build?
In their concessions.
Yes,
I'm coming. So, for example, I think there was a year we got lost in the caravan. We entered some mining company.
Yes.
And I think they had done some roads within their...
Roads that are functional to their survival. Good. So they need it to do their work.
Yes.
But they work with the district assemblies under their own supervision. That's the point I'm making. So the mining companies, they choose their own contractors to do the roads. You can check Newmont and all these people. They don't go and give money to a certain assembly that go and do it for us.
Let me do a comeback. You know, he mentioned all the companies. Olam, Barry Callebaut or CMAF, Asogli, can these companies come together and choose a contractor?
If the law permits. But you see,
the law
it also is a test of the trust that the business community have in our local assemblies. The relationship. Do they believe that if we raise $2 million and then throw it into the assembly, it will be used to do what we want according to the existing structures of the assemblies? Or there will be a certain law that will require that they should put it in the certain consolidated fund, after which time the thing will dissipate into thin air.
My mind is working this way because most of us have found private ways to solve our public problems. When the Ghana water misbehaves, you dig a borehole and you put a water purification plant in your house. When ECG does what they have to do, you get a generator. When they mess up with basic education, you find money and pay fees and send your son to a private school. When they leave Kolebu to rot, you pay money and go to a private hospital. So maybe that's what is prompting me to start thinking around the roadside of issues too.
But that's
the public sector is not built to deliver quality. And because of that, because of that, I'm here asking myself, if I'm a company of $10 million turnover, will I really want to be supervised by an assembly which has the kind of it's like
inefficient?
Yeah, it doesn't seem built. It's built more to sort of praise, sing, and to maintain patronage, the happiness of the government, instead of saying we are ruthlessly pursuing a development agenda that whoever's ox is God, we don't care. I don't get that sense from the assemblies.
The patronage is what we just heard, and unfortunately in the interview, disappointing as it is. So maybe perhaps my expectation listening to the MC was to talk about his vision for that metropolitan area. What's the vision? What the economy of that space connected to economy of Ghana? I didn't hear him say that. He spent a bit of time thanking his appointors and etc., telling us, describing the problem to us, which
but
is the usual
he did
trend.
say that the law didn't allow him to do what I was suggesting.
Indeed.
No, he did.
He did say that. He admitted that.
Indeed. But you see, the question for me is, first of all, the starting point is that what is his plan? He's 1 year or thereabouts into his appointment. What is his vision? What is his plan? What is his expectation that by the end of 4 years, this would have been achieved? And mind you, he hinted to you that they are using asphalt instead of concrete.
Yes, he had said they wanted all concrete, but the people didn't agree. The government did not necessarily.
So we'll come back to the point Uncle Sam makes about the deterioration of the roads. So which multinational company, which financially fit company is going to sit down with this? And I'm saying this with the greatest respect and without any prejudice. This assembly that doesn't appear to know what it's doing. I say this respectfully because if you're constructing roads in an area that the use is heavy, how come we are doing asphalt? It means in the next few years,
that wasn't his decision. That's what he's saying. It's a national decision that he, as a local assembly, has to cope with. Because he believed that asphalt was not the best, but he can't change it.
So then, but you see, when you say it's not your decision, why are we then taking these decisions? Decisions that in the next 2-3 years, we are going to have potholes and manholes, and we're going to come back to this conversation.
It's a resource constraint, because the government will say that for them, asphalt is what they want to use. I mean, for me, the assemblies may be victims of their own smallness, which may not be their fault, right? When I was in primary school, TMA was very big. It had all the.
I think even this one was part of TMA.
All of that. TMA was very big. Tema was massive. There was Accra, there was Ghana, there was Tema. In fact, I mean, in those times, Accra was only 3: AMA, TMA, and then they had GA. All right, and it was big. It's Bunkatamanso. All those places were part. So we've said it many times. The political gerrymandering, and also the satisfaction of the need for appointments. So you create more assembly, so you can appoint more people.
Job for the boys.
So they'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So you've sacrificed Because, for example, what's the balance sheet of Bonkatamanso Assembly? Even if, for example, in certain states, they float municipal bonds, where you have a large size district or geographical entities ability to source for funding and pay for it. We've created small, and the politicians always say that, they are financially viable. There are so many, and it becomes political. So now everybody wants an assembly for themselves. Mm-hmm. You get it? And instead of thinking about it, it worries me a lot. And let me even do an Agama lizard. Let me do a strange Agama lizard. I had something that made me very sad. Not because it's a bad idea, but because it's exposing the way we think. So we declare national
sanitation.
No, national Fugu Day. Okay. Then I hear that Bonyure people say we also need national Kente Day. Now, the reason it worries me is not because we don't need Kente Day. But M say, Fugu Amayenti, Kente May.
I think it's just a random person.
It's a mindset.
No, yeah, I get that.
It's a mindset around. We want. That's what fits into this. We want our own district. We want our own region. We want our own corner. We want our own. It's a certain mindset too.
It's a hunger for recognition. I mean,
but it's anti-development.
The guy even forgets that Kente is a ceremonial outfit. It's not something you wear to work. So I saw that. I said, okay, this is one of those things. But I understand where you are coming from.
Anti-development, isn't it?
I understand where you are coming from. But you see, even if we went in that direction, and it solved our problems, then we know that we are making progress. We have gone in that direction,
and it's not working.
And the thing is not working, and we are turning a blind eye to it. One of the worst sectors that have been affected by this mutilation of our district assemblies and metropolitan assembly is our waste management and sanitation system.
It's become crazy.
And maybe sometime next week we'll find time and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's the worst affected, and we are living in filth. You see, you talked about using private solutions to solve public problems. Except that you can't solve the problem of sanitation privately.
Because you can't build your own
compost system.
You can't build your own. You can't build your own boiler recycling plant.
You can't.
So there are some problems by their nature. You need a proper functioning public sector.
You understand? We were collecting rubbish in Ghana, and we have something called boiler in every community. True?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Boiler. Every community had a boiler. Nobody thought that 15, 20 years to come, this boiler will be full. Now the boiler is full. What next? Those who lived along the coastal line, they pour the boiler into the sea. And then when they go and pour the boiler in the sea, they return with fish from the sea. Then we chop the fish. Then when we finish chopping, we go to the hospital and we complain that there are no drugs. You see our mindset. Now we have upgraded this boiler collection, but we never thought of how to process the filth. And instead of governments taking a deliberate action on our filth management and sanitation, we are happy to call something National Sanitation Day, where we sweep, collect rubbish, leave the rubbish, and go and drink beer and go and sleep. And we tap ourselves in the back that we have done well. So who are we deceiving? Who are we deceiving as a nation? So the pain of thorough thinking is lost on us.
Let me push your view on this. So there's a demand by political party people for appointments.
Yes.
That seems to be driving the interest in creating these small, non-viable, ineffective districts. Who will bail the cat? Because you are here pointing out that, look, you need an assembly to be effective. They have planning officers. They must be long-term. They must be strong. They must have competent people. Okay, now, but they must also have authority.
Autonomy,
But now you are creating assemblies that have very small geographical areas. So the person is of little political consequences, because the issue is, if you have Natnunu Amatefu, God bless his soul, as a mayor of a certain Accra in 1999,
mid 90s,
he is a figure of political consequence. He's an architect. He has direct access to the president, so the president can say, hear me, what's going on with this? He has engineers, he has planners. When they have a meeting, there are a lot of professionals. It's a massive institution. But if you create a small, like Ayawaso West Wogon.
No, the current Accra Metropolitan Assembly, the current one, I think is the weakest of all.
Because just 3 districts. So I'm giving an example. So you've reduced something which was large with a lot of professionals to a small. So, and I'm using Ayawaso West Wogon as an example. So Ayawaso West Wogon is an assembly supposedly. Now they are supposed to do something at under the bridge, and they are telling me that you should go to urban roads. Meanwhile, a properly functioning assembly, the urban roads is within the assembly. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the urban roads guy is a whole desk and an office within the assembly, because the assembly is a massive organization that has internal processes. So by the time you deal with the assembly as one, you are doing, but now
because of the devolution of central power.
So what I'm saying is that the way the politics has driven our local government has created a very inefficient system. But what is happening is that we, the middle class, we the people who are suffering from it, are complaining. But when the politicians meet quietly, let me give you an example. Today, Citi Newsroom front page story, it's a newspaper review. What was the headline? Please be patient with the government. I want to read the story, so I'm not making this up. General Mosquito. What was this? What was the headline? Be patient. Mahama can't appoint everyone. So you see, and he's not wrong, but what I'm trying to say is that he is answering a certain question of pressure. So he's sitting there as chairman and saying, so in somebody's head, he campaigns because he wants, when the president comes, to give him a job. To manage a space that he's not competent to manage. All right, so our development become objects of the spoils of war.
A facade.
You see, our development that we are still, so we are no, you see, our development becomes objects of the spoils of war. So he is saying that,
Charlie, give me the bell.
Think about it. You are here saying that we need to manage refuse in a strategic way. Somebody wants to be given a toilet to manage because he campaigned for the government. He may not have even gone to school. So his point is that forget about that thing he's saying about recycling. We are the people who oversee the toilet. Give us the toilet to manage. Now, this is what I'm saying. The chairman of NDC, the president, are the people who have to say to you guys that, look, you've given us a mandate, and the mandate is to run the country efficiently. There are no jobs anywhere for you. You have to say, because you cannot give people jobs because.
But are they going to say?
Well, I'm telling them to say it because you see, Kakra.
There are many ways to say this.
As soon as you are given a job to run a country, you owe it to all of us, not to only those who campaign for you.
But now,
so no, let me finish it. You cannot tell me that because all of us, our vote is equal.
You are saying no, but you don't know what I'm coming.
So you cannot tell me that some foot soldier deserves to be given some toilet to manage.
Who empowered that foot soldier?
Well, our silence also did.
Exactly.
That's what I'm speaking about.
So that's why I don't think the power to do that rests with the president or because all of them are part of that war that you talk about.
But the president can say, now I am sister, once you make
but now let me learn. What I'm saying is that we the people have to exert our power. We the people, you see right now there are 2 classes.
That's how the people are. That's how the people are looking for a job.
There are 2 classes of Ghanaians or citizens. Okay, those who are, campaigning for political parties, and when they come into power, they are given jobs, and the rest of us who have to write our CVs and go and look for jobs elsewhere. We've allowed the political class to create this imbalance. Some people appear to be automatic citizens enjoying certain benefits. They don't need a certificate. They don't need to improve their skills. They will get job by their association, by wearing a party t-shirt and jumping somewhere, while you spend your time in school. And remember, 1.8 million Ghanaians don't have jobs, are unemployed of our youth. You spend your time in school, jump around, and then you don't have a job. But the person who did not go through that skills training is secured. Their future is secured. Be reminded that we filled our public service with job for the boys, with excuse me to say, party foot soldiers.
So how are we supposed to solve this? That we should, you see, when you say we the people, some of
you have to exert your power.
Some of the people are the ones doing this thing.
Exactly. I'm saying that there are two classes. Now there's a class, a blameless class that is suffering. You are going to the school, but you are not finding the job afterwards. We have to exert our power as the people. But do we understand that? Do we appreciate that? Because no political party head, is going to call this. Remember that they are creations.
I want to say something.
That special group of special citizens are creations of the political class.
There was a pastor whose choir members were misbehaving in the church, doing things that were not biblical. He came to church one Sunday. So I'm quite a fond of boy drama work. So no, the political people who are getting jobs without qualifications say, "Oh man,
you see that if this even comes up in mainstream news, shows you the entitlement."
No, let me read some comments because it's gotten to the point where we have to gym and that's what we are doing. Open the messages for Kakra to read.
That's why we are doing. That's what we are doing. Because look, if you do a quick scan through media this morning, I'm sure lots of them are discussing political issues. You know, this person has done this. The idea of Coco is critical, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a very political thing.
You understand? So
because the only way for them to get a pot of soup is to get into the politics.
Yeah, but Bernard, in order to so I have a party foot soldier who has supported me. Now when I win, I want to find a job for the person. Now, who says that it should be by appointment to a public institution?
Good point.
Who said that? Now, and I'll come back to this sanitation because I think that this sanitation offers such a huge opportunity. How about saying that we are going to have cooperative organizations of
refuse
collectors?
Beautiful.
Where government invests in the tricycle for them.
Yeah.
You've created a vehicle.
Yeah.
You understand?
Something like that.
So, assuming let's employ just party people
to even do that
work. To do that work, but under a private.
You've solved the main
So I'm just saying that we can create business activity because opportunities
but
exist.
Don't appoint them to manage things
because it will come and hurt you because they don't have what it
and
takes
don't forget
at all time. They
don't
have.
So your point is that you can give somebody a job, but the issue of managing space is not a foot soldier reward
because the structure of our governance is actually driven by the local assemblies. Only we have turned a blind eye to it and we have pretended as if central government can solve all our problems. If we give ourselves another 50 years with this structure, we'll still be where we are.
I was going to say something. You remember when the woman was appealing to the president about the footbridge, what should I say to myself? At what point would the president even know that somebody is building a washing bay under a bridge? The president's rep in that conversation is the MCE. So if the quality of decision making at that level is weak, your president can be at AU giving a speech about Africa Unite, and his MCE is doing things which are completely opposite what he even wants to achieve.
Exactly.
So the point about, you remember before this government was appointed, I gave a suggestion that I think the president should appoint his best people as MCs. People thought I was crazy. I said development is at the local government, and I gave an example. I mentioned some guy. So this guy has been an MP before. He's from a particular area. He's very experienced. If you make him an MC and give him a target, because there's something called the law of the lead. The quality of any institution is done by the quality of its leader. So if you put MC as a high-level guy who even applies for the job, Look at a place like La. You have Chado. You have all these great places. It's
It's
a very big. Do you understand? Do you know how much they take from the free zones companies? 25,000 cedis for some levy. If you give it to somebody who's an experienced manager, he can do something with it. But if you just appoint people because of their loyalty and they have to always come and be saying, Your Excellency, Your Excellency,
you for that.
you understand? So what I'm saying is that we are
aggravating.
And I'm not saying being a minister is not an important job. But if all your quality people are ministers, the ministers themselves, they are frustrated because the agencies they work with and the assemblies under them are not moving. So you can be a very high level minister and the vehicle that you run on is very slow. You can't go anywhere.
And Aloski, the problem is even more pronounced in the rural communities. Because in the rural communities, they don't have an Accra, they don't have anybody around there except the MCE or the DCE.
He's the president of the area.
You understand? So if that person has no skill, has no experience, has no leadership qualities, he is there to prosecute the agenda, the government's development agenda. Wabonwa, everything that you want to do.
And it's not just the MC, but the presiding officers, the assemblyman, the team, the quality,
the system.
Elsewhere, the top of skilled people are placed. If you go to China, for instance, the assemblymen, they are like top class students who graduate and are hired into these positions, not appointed
to. If our development wants to go, you mean we have to change that whole structure of?
Oh yes.
Of making sure our best people sometimes can even be poached.
Yes,
in our assemblies.
Like they'll say, the way I see you run your company, we think you can do well as the MC, and we are going to give you a team to work with. Will you consider it? Because we feel like that knowledge.
We can't go there if we don't review the system that has established the assemblies. For instance, why do you want me to come there, leave my, if like, Absa executive role and come and be MC when indeed I'm not allowed to raise money? I don't have the independence to prosecute any development agenda. I don't have KPIs that are scientific. There's no system of governance.
I won't take that job.
And then they put presiding officers who don't understand the bigger picture. They have power to undermine. You have set a trap for such a person.
So it's not just changing the people.
It's to overhaul the whole system with the reality that we will get better traction if we revamp.
That's going to be a very difficult job because
it has to be done.
The political leaders sort of ride on that system. So let's read some comments. It's a big challenge of our time. Let's read some of your comments.
Okay, Kweku in Accra says, good morning, Bernard. I've worked with one of the top 5 biggest municipal assemblies before, and trust me, till date, their data on properties and businesses are fragmented and not backed on any system online. They just can't digitize their system, which they could just bill and credit from their office. Interestingly, the revenue collectors sabotage the system for their benefit. Bernard, please note that the Kong industrial area is a free zone enclave demarcated purposely with all the needed infrastructure to attract both local and foreign investors to add value to our raw materials, of which a minimum of 70% must be exported. It's the responsibility of government to improve the infrastructure to sustain the investment drive.
All right.
Here's another one. Good morning, Bernard and team. Besides the terrible roads in Bone, taps only flow 2 to 3 days in a month.
Look at that.
No street lights, poor sanitation, etc. The district assembly seems not to exist, and the MP is worse.
The MC was giving MP funds this morning.
Hello, Mr. Avler. Please, I see nothing wrong with the decision to collect money to construct concrete roads to cater for these heavy trucks in the Bone area. Asphalt roads are always destroyed by these trucks. Afterwards, their tax can be deducted from their annual tax. The MP and the MCE can collaborate and initiate such initiatives instead of always waiting for the central government to construct the road. But you see, it's a top decision. So KB Bonsu sent that from Medina. Another person says, we spent not less than 5 hours just from Accra Mall to Gwechile, especially on Fridays. We are yet to see any contractor. Ask him when the engagement will be concluded to start. Gwechile, we are struggling.
I did ask him about Gwechile. He mentioned some contractor's name, but I'm not even sure the contractor is on site.
Good morning, Bernard and team.
Morning.
MMDAs have the power to charge rates, fees, and other revenues through their fee-fixing resolution for their operations and development purposes. Per their jurisdiction, MMDAs collect huge sums of property rates and other revenues. Listening to the MC, I'm tempted to say that he has no developmental vision. Oh, Bernard,
yes.
You just mentioned my area. From Bechile Junction to Pure Oil, Castlegate Road to Katamanso, Bernard and Citi, we are really suffering.
I know.
My children cannot go to school even if there's little rain. Motors can't ply the route when it rains, let alone cars.
It's true.
We need our road to be fixed. Please advocate for our road to be
the
fixed.
it be bad. Me, I say I don't go there again. Me, I'm saying I won't go there again. If you invite me, they won't come.
It should. You see, it should not be so. And I don't know. I don't know how we sound this morning. It's not about the MC that you interviewed. It spells out a national.
It's bigger than him.
Yeah, it spells out a national problem. You understand? Because you have localities coming together to form a community, and these communities put together to become a nation. And we have connectivity through roads, local roads, trunk roads, all these highways and things. And we are saying that the disruption in the state of infrastructure is anti-progressive to our economic development. And we don't see how the people at the top don't find this as urgent. You get me? Because if you have to go for a meeting in this enclave that you are talking about, it's going to take you 2-3 hours.
I won't go.
It's going to take you 3 hours.
I will just sit in my house.
And yet we are jumping from one country to another and telling them that come and invest in this country. We have a free zones area for you. When they are going, I think they should take a video of the roads in the so-called free zones enclave and go and show to the white people that they should come.
Let me read some
there.
more comments. Good morning, Bernard. Very interesting and relevant discussions regarding our developmental model at the District and Municipal Assembly this morning. Sames is right about the governance structure and the challenges we have in procuring and delivering public goods. The PPP regime under the PPA Act and the recently passed regulations may offer some possible approaches so that we can allow the Assembly as contracting party to identify critical infrastructure in the enclave and come under the PPP regime and enter into a partnership with the private parties to deliver projects. The PPP Act allows a certain autonomy of approval and decision, and depending on the scope and threshold, may not require cabinet and parliamentary approvals. They may even secure approvals from the RCC or Assembly instead of the PPP committee at the Ministry of Finance for main central government PPP project approvals. Of course, the capacity of the Assembly in leading or administering this type of complex development model is an issue and can be challenged. So, Bernard, we may have to critically look at the local governance regime in conjunction with the development legislations like the PPP to design models that allow the Assembly and the private parties to take the initiative to deliver development. We can identify similar assemblies around the country to use the type of approach. This is from Raymond Donio, Esquire, a managing partner of a law firm called Ray Albert and Partners, who also happens to be a PPP expert. Here's another one from somebody who runs a company in Accra, and I'm just going to give you those to add to the discussion. Good. It says, Bernard, I am both happy and sad listening to you. Happy because you raise a very important issue for those of us who know the area well, but sad because you've brought to the fore something you have said many times on your program. How qualified is the MC to run this place? He doesn't even see the opportunity you saw with just one visit. Meanwhile, he lives there. How many times has he been heard on any station talking about development? I just got a headache at once. Oh, Charlie. Don't get a headache. Drink water. Why? Let me do another one. Bernard, the challenge is not the breaking the assemblies down into smaller parts. It's an issue of lack of efficiency in management. Well, they are breaking it up because they want to appoint incompetent people. This is my argument. You know, if the assemblies were larger and you required a certain caliber of people, but you see, the reason to break it up is because you want to satisfy people who may not be qualified. All right, we are not saying that bigger assemblies are always better, but the need to appoint people sort of reduces the competence question. Let's wrap up the comments, Kakra.
Okay, so Gabriel sends this from Katamanso. He says, good morning, Aloski and team. The roads on the Katamanso side of the municipality is as bad as anything you can think of. Hello, Bernard and team. The Katamanso assembly is very wasteful. They generate a lot of IGF and waste the money. Yahaya Abdul Rauf sends that from Tema. Rahmat says, thank you, Bernard. Bechley is totally worse. Fix Bone roads now. And here's another one. Good morning, CBS. The Kokompe District Assembly is just a mess. I think it's rather Katamanso. Yeah. Residents in Bechley have just been neglected. It takes most of us about 1 hour 30 minutes just to get to Tema. Water is not running in most places, but we have water works over there. Bernard, it's hell to live here. And that's Prince from Bechley. Good morning, Bernard. The Assembly can charge what they call a special development levy, which they can use the Assembly bylaws to collect for a specific project. Once the project is completed, they stop collecting.
Let me run one final one from somebody who works in the area as well. It says the free zones is 20% Tema and 80% Bone. The tolls are collected by free zones in the enclave. Now, Bone takes more than 25k and over each year as business operating permit. So they should use some of that for the road. All right. So these are comments coming from those who are familiar with the area.
You know, the last person that's talked about that the problem is not because the problem is not because the thing as you see. Let's not forget that this whole district assembly model of development has a background, and the learnings are actually from the city-state governance system. That's why you always have this police, metropolis. This police coming from the ancient Greece state. So in modern times, you have a Monaco, you have a Singapore, you know, that kind. So it assumes that as an enclave or a community, you exert the power to govern in the various spaces. That's why you become an authority. Now, how do we put a structure that expects you to govern in education, in health, in sanitation, and yet withdraw from you the power to create the resources to execute the governance?
That is a problem.
Now, they withdraw the power from you so they can keep the power at central government.
And yet they give you responsibility.
And then the moment they do that, they spell out huge inefficiencies in the system. And we have been consumed by the inefficiency. I mean, look, we may be well intended, but the empirical evidence shows that we have failed at executing this thing. So going to slice it into pieces has not solved anybody's problem. Until we come to the time where we are going to manage our district assemblies as corporates, where it's run with competence. That's why I don't want to hear this to make it more democratic. Let's vote for district assembly. I don't want to hear that thing. That will be the end of Ghana. Trust me.
Because elections have not proved to give us the best outcomes, particularly at the MP level.
Because check, the functionality of the assembly is to execute development.
And development is top down.
Yes.
So you cannot choose by popular vote a person. I guess they feel like accountability, right? They feel like the people are not accountable to us.
Bernard, but the Bank of Ghana government, the governor of Bank of Ghana,
accountable to us, or
the Bank of Ghana governor, do we vote for him?
No.
We don't vote for him. He's appointed. Why don't they appoint a party person, random party person, to run Bank of Ghana?
Because he needs to be competent.
Why? Look at the person they went to appoint.
You are correct. So
the man takes every box. So I'm just saying that let's take that model into our district assemblies, so that when we appoint,
so it means when we see the need, we appoint the competent person. But when we can, so you know what that also means? It means local development is not a priority.
And that is the big problem.
Because you see, the reason you appoint a governor who is competent is that you know that if he's not competent, you are in trouble. Because what he does affects everything about your government. So you look for the best person to appoint. But when it comes to DC, you can look for somebody. Charlie, you've ended the story for me today. Why do we vote for the government?
But I think in fact, based on this, we don't have time. But I think next week we have to come back to that overhead bridge, the overpass issue with the car washing thing. We need to, because you see, all these things
it's connected. And you see, because we started from that, and we are ending with the district. So I spoke to the MC for and I'm ending. So for me, the problems listeners face, the person who will solve it for you is your DC.
It's your DC. The water, the
so even though you may not have a
the
national voice, because they are local issues. Yeah. They are local issues. I mean, your Minister of Finance or your Ghana governor, he will do what he has to do. But the guys on the ground who have to do the work for you to actually have a good life. Look, a friend of mine was been talking about an estate where they didn't get water. It's taking months before they got the water.
At least they got
down.
No, at least they got.
If we have to even do.
But if you have here 20, what's today's date? Is what
13th
February 20. Is it 2026 for me? Where an MCE believes that there should be a car washing bay under an overhead bridge in a Ghana style car washing bay.
It's a serious matter.
And they have not thought about the side effect of the water that is going to sip down regularly 24/7. Nobody has thought about it. I say it's part of the design.
It's serious.
We want to hear that something has been done. Yeah. It's not just we have demolished and let's no. So the person who gave the permit should by now they should be questioning the person, because Urban Roads say that they have not permitted anybody anything.
But a
man came on your program and said they gave the permit.
Yeah, but
they gave the permit, and then we added that they should go. What kind of permit is that?
It's a conditional permit. Which one don't you understand?
It's like you apply for a driver's license, yes, and they give you the driver's license and say that, but be careful of the police.
Oh my Lord. If you're looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Holland Insurance has something special for you this 2026. Insure your car with us and get extra rewards. You drive away with free fuel vouchers when you sign up. 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone. And a lot of other things. Call us on 0800 444 999. Visit any Holland office or speak to your broker today. When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way. Litina Travels. We are taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Latina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. The package includes visa to watch all group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flights, hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across the host nations. Call Litina on 0244 260 789 or visit us at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure a spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Love speaks many languages. What's yours? Sometimes it's a surprise gift, sometimes it's dinner for two, other times it's the sound of a credit alert. This Valentine's, Stanbic Bank has got you covered as you express your love effectively. Indeed, Chewodo. When banking works smoothly, love flows with ease. Download the Stanbic app and enjoy the convenience of world-class banking. Visit stanbicbank.com.ga to learn more. Remember, with Stanbic Bank, you can share the joy of love. Baldwin University College is pleased to announce the offering of its Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, MBCHB program starting this March at its new campus located at Dome Pillar 2 near Cabot Junction. Now, this campus is equipped with spacious classrooms, modern teaching facilities, and state-of-the-art equipment designed to support effective hands-on and practical medical training. At Baldwin Medical School, students receive quality education with the right tools, experienced lecturers, and a strong focus on practical learning to prepare them for professional excellence in the medical field. Prospective students seeking a solid foundation in medical education can apply now. You can go to www.baldwin.edu.gh or send an email to enquiries@baldwin.edu.gh. Call 025-751-8488. That's 025-751-8488. 18488. Baldwin Medical School, shaping the future of healthcare in Africa. All right, coming up shortly, another of our partners on the Heritage Caravan will be joining us to talk about what they are expecting to see. Charlie, is the caravan how?
Charlie. Caravan, from the 1st we are on, from the 1st to the 8th. We are, everything is set. I saw in Chinchimban here doing some as we call practice. Yeah, they're doing warm up.
Charlie.
And can you imagine? People are still calling that they want, they want to.
You say you should do too. You say you won't do too.
No, we can't.
The ones that no busy not.
It disables every other activity.
Everything has to stop.
We are not able to do that. But everything is set for caravan.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with our conversation with our friends. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident. Drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, land your cover.
Hey, quick question. Do people still think condoms are boring?
Boring? That's a myth. Condoms protect and keep things enjoyable.
Exactly, because diseases still exist. HIV, STIs, and protection matters.
Using a condom isn't fear, it's responsibility.
And let's clear this up. Condoms don't reduce pleasure.
In fact, they help you relax, feel safe, and stay in control.
Plus, they come in different types, textures, and styles. Choice is power.
Power to protect yourself.
Power to protect your partner.
Power to protect your future. Love smart. Choose protection every time. This 13th February,
join the world to celebrate
International Condom Day.
Wrap it right.
Protect your life. Stay safe. Stay informed. Stay empowered. Condom. Just use it.
This message is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission in partnership with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation.
Looking to study at a trusted university with strong values-based education? Welcome to Heritage Christian University, located in Accra and fully accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. At Heritage Christian University, we offer more than a degree. You will learn from experienced scholar practitioners, gain professional certifications, and enjoy en-suite hostel facilities in a safe, secure campus. We offer affordable programs in nursing, midwifery, computer science, multimedia, IT, communication, psychology, theology, and business administration. Enjoy hands-on learning, professional certifications, and top-up options for WAS, HND, and diploma holders. Mature students over 25 are also welcome. Admissions are open for January, March, and September. Get started today. Apply online at www.hcu.edu.gh. For enquiries, WhatsApp us on +233 547 777 731 or +233 202 298 399.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Electroland ya chedi ho draw so kwa ba wo de pe che wa do for Valentine you. Ye ma wo discounts a won TV da. Any a chedi so kwa every top brands ni na. Wopet mi ne wadofo 8 year donyomo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters numu. Na masia hwesene ewo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de ye top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wopet mi so de ye bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de ye 4 to 6 grill ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To ye top of front load washing machines no that fast shock wadofo dom. Ko ye showroom anako www.electrolandgh.com. Our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, bakwa e won name nyama e fe na ne bo dafem.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
925 Music.
Besini yenko na hanye de bi muate dumso osu bebebe akika magana nye de bi muate paulada lada 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 paulada lada paulada mi ponya mi fie bizine ko besini yenko paulada lada 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 paolada lada lada.
It's 9:41 on the City Breakfast Show this morning. Friends from Hollard Insurance in the studio. Berima Osukwache, branch manager, Ring Road, Hollard Insurance. Aviel Benideri, acting head of marketing and corporate affairs at Hollard. Welcome to the show, people.
Thank you so much, Bernard.
Oh, Charlie, the way I did intro you, Charlie.
Oh, you have to be cool.
Do you live in the Enclave?
No.
Maybe the traffic on your road. So how are you guys doing? I hear you are giving away some items. Talk to me.
So yes, thank you, Bernard. At Hollard, we're excited to announce our Boto promo.
Okay.
And it's been ongoing from December and it ends in April.
All right.
And it's open to both new and existing customers. And the message is very simple. Insure with Hollard and enjoy instant rewards.
I see. So who qualifies to enter or benefit from this promo?
Everyone. I mean, all you have to do is sign up. And then you would get an instant exclusive gift from Hollard. And what we're also adding is that we have a free 24/7 roadside assistance. That means that whenever you are stranded, farm belt issue, overheating, just give us a call or our partner a call and they will assist you. And as you know, Hollard, you are never alone on the road. Yes.
So you sign up, but how do you sign up? Explain that.
So speak to your broker, your intermediary, or call us on our toll-free numbers 0800-444-999, or walk into any Hollard office or satellite office across the country to sign up, do your renewals, new business, and then you get an instant reward.
Now, still on Hollard, you have been on the Heritage Caravan as sponsors for the 7th consecutive year, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So serious. Talk to me about that. Where from that consistency?
First off, Citi TV, Channel 1 TV and Citi FM, yes. They're doing a very commendable job with Heritage Caravan. And as a brand, as an international brand who has their feet firmly planted in the Ghanaian soil, we are happy to partner an organization that promotes culture, celebrates our music, celebrates our food, and everything that has to do with us. And so, it also aligns with our purpose of enabling more people create and secure a better future. And so we are happy to be on board to showcase Ghana to the world and also through this partnership to Ahola, we'd always want to say that we do well by doing good. And so it's one of our ways of doing well by doing good, giving back to the society. And as an insurer, we also believe that people should be able to go on and live their best life. And we are happy to support them to go on to live their best life, whilst we take care of the things that really matters most to them. So
what is it about the caravan that resonates with your brand, the Heritage Caravan?
Okay, so it gives us a unique opportunity to connect directly with people. So first, we are very big on financial literacy, and so we are able to engage the people one-on-one. We are able to spread the gospel of insurance to them too as well. It also allows people to interact with the brand and get to know us for who we are, what we sell, and what we offer. Also getting to know that the brand is very approachable. We are quirky, we are fun, we are not uptight, and so you can always come to us if you have any need whatsoever. And then the third thing is that it also gives us the opportunity to showcase our nationwide presence. And so if you've ever participated in the caravan, you realize that we have welcome parties who welcome the caravanites at strategic locations. So, for example, when we get to Tamale or we touch down in Tamale, we have a whole team that would welcome us. Yes, who will welcome us in a very nice and engaging way. When we are in Takrade, the Takrade team is there. When we are in
they provide drinks.
Yes, so we are like
souvenirs.
Yes,
Sunyani, don't forget Sunyani.
Sunyani, yes, all of those places, just to show that we are not just Accra. In Accra, we are dotted all over the country, and wherever you are, Holland has got you covered. You just have to connect with us and engage with us. Yes.
So what should patrons for Heritage Caravans or patrons of Heritage Caravan this year expect from Holland?
Okay, so every year has its own twist, and I must say that we've been very intentional about the ways and means in which we engage patrons. And so for this year too, they should expect really amazing activities that we've planned that will keep them engaged from day one that we set off from this premise till we return back. We have like series of activities for the bars on grounds everywhere. Like, so it's very intentional. I don't want to spill the beans. They should just come expecting lots of good things from Holland, Ghana.
Don't forget the giveaways we'll be giving on the bus whilst we are on
there are giveaways on the bus.
Yes, lots and lots of giveaways on the bus.
Interesting. Holland have been with us on the caravan for the past 7 editions or episodes, and they are here with some gifts as well. If you insure with them, and according to Berima, if you sign up, it's a promo laden with benefits. And I want you to repeat the phone number again.
0800 444 999.
How long is the promo running for?
Till end of April.
Wonderful. So you can and I like the car parts. So your car, if you have your car breaks on the middle of the road, somebody can come and help you, and all of those nice things around car insurance. Berima Usukwachi is the branch manager for Ring Road. So if you're in Accra, you can actually go to the office and say, look, Berima, I want you to sign me up for the new car I'm buying. And Aviel probably be on the caravan this year as well, head of marketing and corporate affairs. Who gets to choose who goes? Or is it a lottery?
No, it's not a lottery. We do it internally.
Okay.
Yeah.
But definitely your team has to be there.
Yes, definitely.
Because you guys are you are the people who give the things. You are the people who give the goodies. We've been speaking to friends from Holland Insurance, Aviel Derry, acting head of marketing and corporate affairs, and Berima Usukwachi, as we get ready for the Heritage Caravan Stars First of March. It's going to be exciting. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola, the Piva Orange, the Piva Cocktail, and of course the Piva Grapefruit and Tangerine. Call 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you love. A few more comments on the issues we've been discussing this morning.
Bestini yanko na hanye de bimuate dumso Oshu baby akika magana nye de bimuate Paulada lada Paulada
All right, a couple of comments on our earlier discussion this morning. Well, somebody is wondering why the road at Spintex that I made reference to has not been fixed. So I'm going to read some of your comments as we wrap up the show this morning. This one is from Ian. It says the road from Titi Brothers to Kpone and other one from Tor to Kpone are two major roads that lead to the biggest affordable housing project in Ghana, TDC Community 26 Affordable Housing Enclave, that has over 1,500 units on a 50-acre land. This is the biggest so far in Ghana, but has no more trouble roads. The low-hanging fruit in the assemblies are overwhelming. Next appointment of MDC, Revenue Generation and Development Planning, must be the major benchmark. This is Yanokwe, Teesside University, Middlesbrough, sending that text message this morning. A couple more coming through. 053-998-6996. He says, Bernard, I'm forced to use the Kasapreko Road regularly. It makes no sense that billions of cedis are spent to lay 6-inch asphalt on Laboni and Cantonment roads for people to open restaurants and cafes, while the road that serve manufacturing companies which employ thousands of Ghanaians and pay serious taxes are left in the dust. You know, I said I passed in front of Katapreko. The road was so bad. But now here's the reason why it will be difficult for the MC to mobilize funds from the businesses in the industrial enclave for infrastructure like roads. Successive administrations have taken money in like fashion but embezzled it. These companies are now reluctant to pay, plus with the assemblies, to play ball with the assemblies. The corporate trust is broken, but I believe someone like Ibi Bright can restore these relationships for the better. And by the way, Tor is under Tema Metro. So apparently there is a platform called Fix Bombaria now. So whilst we're talking, the person sent me, it's a WhatsApp group with 287 members. Fix Bombaria.
When was it created?
It's not, they just sent me a screenshot of the...
Because I want to understand the now. The name, the now they put there. When they put it there, where we are now.
They love them.
No, I mean, it's tough.
They tried to do a protest a couple of years ago. It didn't work. There are not many, and people are not committed. You know, Ghanaians, we talk, we don't do anything. Let me read a few more comments. This one is from somebody you and I know. It says, Bernard, thank you for your subject. This morning, central governments don't exist in a vacuum. They are built on a foundation of a good, resilient, and sustainable local government structure. If we get our local governance right, it will automatically trigger an efficient central administration. Every development agenda or policy of the central government is actualized, initiated in and from a local government space. We therefore need to have some of our best administrators, intellectuals and engineers and consultants at the local level. When efficiency is ensured at the local level, collectively the central only coordinates that aggregate efficiency. Well, we know what to do. Do we have the determination to do it? Ben, one way of not giving your tax to the state but benefiting from it directly is where you use the money that would have otherwise contributed to taxes for an urban or rural development. In other words, the said contribution would be tax deductible. This is from somebody who's a tax guy. Well, we can only keep pushing. We can only keep asking the right questions. The way the system is going to be very, very tough to get trust restored.
my sword. 3 die and go to the God. Don't mean now, why I would on the award. And I'm a fan, no sensibility. Warlock, storage facility.
All right, here's another one that I got this morning. Good morning, Bernard. I just played the video of your interview with the DC for Yawaso West on the controversial matter of construction or siting of a car park and washing bay under the newly constructed flyover. It's really sad that your guest sounded totally out of his depth pertaining to the weight of the office. Well, I don't want to go into all that. He said, I would appreciate it if your station can also revisit the issue of the indiscriminate planting of advertising hoardings on road medians, as well as cloth buntings on street light poles. Apart from obscuring road signs, they also take away from the aesthetics of our towns and cities. This is from a listener whose name I do not have. So the issue of indiscriminate planting of advertising hoardings on road medians and the cloth buntings on street light poles. Hey, Ghana. Good morning, guys. Thank you for raising this topic. I left the house at 6 a.m. and as of 8:20, I'm still at 18 Junction. Now, I spend 3 hours every day to get to work at Roman Ridge, and even more when going back. I agree with your suggestion. It's something we always say, and they are the ones who even damage the roads with their big trucks. Now, to our debate on where to site factories, this friend of mine says raw materials are bulkier than finished products, which is why they situate
it closer to where the raw materials are.
So you may have a point. If you situate a factory near the raw material, it may make more sense than to situate it at the end of the process. But you know, the whole issue of people not even want to take postings to rural areas, we can solve that by siting factories in these rural areas. Because a lot of doctors, when they send them, they don't want to go. Nurses don't want to go. So you have a hospital and they don't have enough doctors, and then all the doctors are in Accra doing locum. You know, so if
like you said, we have to incentivize.
Yeah, you have to incentivize people to go. Otherwise, they're not going to play ball, and it's going to affect us because Accra is.
It's already affecting us.
A nightmare. Yeah, it is. It's not a very nice place to live now. You know, get to work. Yesterday, look, Kakra, yesterday, I wanted to go home. I wanted to go to Tema for a program in the evening. I couldn't go because when I put on my Google, the traffic started from the roundabout at Achimota Forest and went all the way to Fiesta Royal. The whole road was full of cars, you know, and then from Fiesta Royal to Shiasi to
I use that side.
I don't know whether the road construction, like, there's just so much traffic.
It took me 2 hours to move from Cantonment to the Gimpa Road. 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, to arrive at my destination just down the Gimpa Road.
Accra is a nightmare. No, it is. It's a nightmare. So I had to cancel that trip. I couldn't go to Tema. I couldn't because it was going to take me like 1 hour something to just cross them. But like, why? And the motorway to now, I don't know how they are working. After every, 3 kilometers, they've Ekwani Bubu. I can't say it in English. Ekwani Bubu. So you are like through, and then you don't water it, so it's dusty. It's oh God.
It's just stony and rocky.
Yeah, and the road they are building is so difficult. And then because they've put these barriers to protect where they are building, when a car breaks down, traffic
stuck.
Just, we deserve better. Contractors, please help us. We beg you, make the life easy for us. It's too tough to live in Accra. We beg. We will have to leave it here and just hope that the right people are listening and those who are listening are acting to bring change in the right way. My name is Ben Adavle. I did this with Francis Akaka Folson earlier on. We had Samuel Atamensa joining us and Samuel Akom at some point in the show as well. City News at 10. Shibara Benin, take it up.
Coming up in the bulletin, Chief Executive